conquered treacherous seas in Moana, but now Disney superstar Auli'i Cravalho is getting ready to take on her next challenge.
She's making her West End debut in a special two-night run of Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber's award-winning musical, Evita.
Just before she treats us to a performance of the song Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, which is going to bring the house down, she joins us for a chat.
Thanks.
Wow.
Oh, Auli'i, it's so lovely to meet
Lovely
you.
to meet you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm still a little jet-lagged, but I'm happy to be here.
Have you been in the UK before? Have you come over and done... You must have done promo back in the day, sure.
Oh, no, actually. I've never done promo here, but I spent a good stint. I filmed here before during COVID, so I feel like this is a completely different city than what I saw previously.
It's a lot busier than I remember.
Yeah.
So how did this role come about? How did this happen?
Oh, gosh. Well, one, I would like to say that I did audition for this. I learned the music, you know, I heard that there was going to be a concert, and it really intrigued me because as someone who understands the theatre world but has only dabbled in it, I went, only 2 shows? Only 2 nights, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
But we have a week to put together Evita, which is a feat in itself. I feel very prepared and very supported by my cast. I can't wait to work with them. This West End talent is just... It blows me away. I'm so happy to be here.
But I bet they're all starstruck with you, because obviously, I know we're not really allowed to talk about it, but you was in Moana, you was a princess. How does that compare to working on stage?
Oh, well, they're completely different mediums. I love voiceover work because I'm just by myself in a booth. I usually have, like, my shoes off, I'm wearing sweatpants, and I just get to act like a little gremlin, you know, and get to tell a story purely through my voice. But theatre, it's a completely different posture. I mean, what does it mean when I carry my shoulders differently? Or I just feel like I'm growing leaps and bounds in this short week. So, yeah, very different.
I think it's important to talk about the reason why you're not allowed to talk about it, because there's a big situation going on in America at the moment. Tell us about that.
I would love to talk about Moana. I have so many incredible projects that I've had the honor to work on, but my unions are currently on strike. So our Writers Guild, as well as SAG-AFTRA, our Screen Actors Guild, and I'm really hoping that they come to a deal that pays people fairly, that gives them a wage that they are able to live off of, that streaming and AI has more clarity. So as much as I would love to talk about them, I unfortunately can't. But
A little word, though, because our very own Nicole Scherzinger was in it as well.
Oh, is she?
yes,
Moana,
Nicole
she was...
Scherzinger.
I bet you don't. Do you get to meet when that happens?
No, that's what also is so different about voiceover work versus theatre is we do our entire project completely separate in very different rooms. I wouldn't be surprised if she filmed Moana from, like, London.
So, when you auditioned for this, was it remote, or, I mean, how did...
Yeah, I was in Hawaii. I was home.
You were in Hawaii and you sang down a Zoom, basically?
it.
Yes, I did.
What?
Yeah, we had to go through the settings and be like, okay, so please turn on, like, the audio, but turn off the reverb.
Because I was going to say, you need your settings to be on point to get that
Yeah, I did pretty good on Zoom.
What did you know about the musical?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'll be honest, I was born and raised in Hawaii, so we don't get this kind of theatre that far across the sea. So truly, I know Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. I can't imagine anyone doesn't know that song. There's some type of earworm that finds them no matter...
You're a Gen Z, aren't you? You're
it's
a Gen Z.
It's true.
I bet you've never heard of it, have you, babes?
Next question.
But, you know, you play strong women. Ava Perón was just this incredible...
Yeah, I'm really grateful that this character has also such an arc. You know, we get to see her over so many years of her life. We get to see her as someone who just wants to get out of where she's from.
Yeah.
And then truly using others to her advantage, and then a political advantage, and right to her death. Like, there's so much to play. It excites me as an actor and as a voice actor to play into, like, the different people that she becomes.
Well, listen, like, we loved it. Like, there's something about this song, like,
it's beautiful.
Like, it just transcends, like, ages, doesn't it? Like, whoever you are, you know this song. So we'll let you go. You go and get ready.
Thanks.
Best of luck. Thanks for the chat. Great chat as well. Just a little reminder, you can see Evita at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane for a special 2-night run. Yeah, only 2 dates. That's why she loved that part.
It's going to be packed out, isn't it?
I know, 31st of July and the 1st of August.
And giving us a taste of what to expect. Here's Auli'i with Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. Oh, that got me. Oh, thank you. That was lovely.
That was sensational.
Beautiful. Oh.
More! I'll just hear that again. Oh. Yeah. 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 It's for you.
Are you sure?
Are
you sure it's me?
Show airline hit the screens which followed the ground staff and cabin crew and passengers at some of the world's busiest airports.
And 25 years later, the show's making a comeback as clips of the no-nonsense star of the show, Jane Bolton, has been going viral online with people calling her a British icon.
Yeah, before we chat to her, let's look back at some of her funniest moments.
With all due respect, 138 passengers got on that flight. Do you need any help?
I was going to get a cup of tea.
That's all right, you get a cup of tea and I'll tell you what you have to do afterwards.
Turned round and there she was there. Well, my guardian angel.
Are you all right? Have you been drinking or...? Are you all right, sir? You can't stay in the morning. I mean, I'm hungover, but please.
If these guys weren't here, I'd say something different. But
I'm doing my job. There's no need to be rude. If you let me finish, sir.
Get out.
Every passenger...
I'm talking.
You don't need to point at me, sir. Some people are very rude, aren't they? Bye, thank you, merci. Oh, dear.
And the incredible Jane Bolton joins us now. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jane.
I bet you're thinking, I'm on the sofa this morning. What is going on? This happened 25 years ago. Why am I here? I mean, why did it even blow up online? What happened?
I've got no idea. I honestly have no idea. I think a few weeks ago, I've got 13-year-old twins and a 15-year-old, all girls.
Yeah.
And one of them mentioned, oh, Mum, there's something about you on TikTok. And I thought, no, don't be ridiculous. And, of course, I never even had TikTok. You know, I'm not very good on social media.
Yeah.
I'm 53 on Sunday. I've got no idea. So, anyway, one of them showed them, and then I've got older nieces that came round and said, oh, I think you need to set up a TikTok account. And then within 48 hours, like 1 million views and...
So you set up the TikTok account and just put, what, you put some of your old stuff on
No,
there?
no, no, it's other people. They're putting clips online and then they're saying she's an icon.
So the fact
those
you
are
had a
blowing
TikTok
up.
account, then people are tagging you into stuff?
No, no, no. So you had the TikTok account to thank people
Yes.
for all this big blow-up.
And to be nosy and see what was out there, really.
Yes.
Of course, I hadn't seen it. And I think the most bizarre thing is a lot of the comments are, you know, my mum used to watch you, my dad used to watch you, we think you're an icon. Weirdly enough.
Well, I've always thought he was an icon, to be honest with you.
Thank you, but I just find it really weird. But half of them, I don't think were even born when it came out.
So you've got, like, a whole new line of fans.
I mean,
this is
who knew?
amazing.
Jay, this must be blowing your mind.
I
You must be like,
know.
how did this happen?
I know. I'm quietly doing my thing.
What do the
every
kids
day.
think of everything? What are they saying? Are they
Well,
embarrassed? Are they loving
yeah,
it?
I think at first, when they first saw it, they were a little bit, oh. And now that their friends at school are saying, oh, you know, during class, oh, your mum's on TikTok. Now I'm a complete embarrassment.
What do you think it is? Do you think the fact that... Because everyone, you know, your whole persona was, you know, nonsense, but invariably, you weren't like that off the bat. It was always when people are kind of, like, intolerant and rude to you, you were just kind of, like, basically short and you didn't take any off people, basically.
No,
that was it.
yeah.
So do you think that's what it is now, that people are kind of relating to that?
I think, you know, I mean, gosh, if I wouldn't probably behave like that now. I think you forget sometimes you've got a mic on and I would say something under my breath as I walked away, which I, you know, years later on, I wouldn't do that. But I think, you know, now people are so afraid to actually say anything. But I think as well, you know, you didn't see a lot. You know, it was all cut and edited down. Sometimes I would have been with them for hours. And, you know, some people would spit, some people would throw luggage at you. You know, they weren't very nice situations.
Yeah.
So you used to see the end of something most of the time.
The thing is, you weren't always curt to people. You did help a lot of people,
Yeah,
didn't you?
mostly, to be fair, but that didn't make good TV.
Wasn't there a time there was an old lady, she'd missed a flight, and you actually took her home?
Yeah, I had a lady, I think she was around 78, and she missed a flight. It was quite late in the evening. I think she was only going to Scotland, and I couldn't leave her in the airport. I lived on my own in a flat, and I took her home and made her something to eat, we had a cup of tea and a natter, and I got up early the next day when I was off and drove her into the airport.
See, there you go. That's customer service right there.
Yeah.
Going the extra mile. The thing I love about this is we live in a world now where, for the most part, when people pile on social media, it's for the most part, it's pretty negative, isn't it? And especially, you know, with like TikTok or someone who's got no checks and balances. The fact that you're getting all this kind of positive affirmation is almost
amazing.
It's quite a story, really, isn't it?
I know. I was expecting a whole barrage of, oh my God, you're really horrible. You're such this, you're such a. But actually, it's been complete opposite. So yeah, it's been a shock, but a nice shock.
And what about at the time, Jane, when you was doing this? Was it a shock at the time and the fact that everyone knew who you was?
Yeah.
You wasn't getting paid for it, you were just doing your job?
No, never been paid for anything of it. But I think at the time, I think when it first happened, we got told, because I used to supervise at the beginning the check-in area, we got told that they were going to be doing some filming and that they would probably only be with me for a couple of days, a few hours. Well, that turned into years, and every day for my full 12 hours.
And what was it like? Because it was pretty much the first kind of, I don't know, what do you call it, docusoap or reality show out there. So you were properly going in wide-eyed without...
Friday.
Really?
10 million, yeah.
Did you ever think, oh, I don't want to do this anymore?
I think, you know, when you used to go shopping in your, you know, Asda, and people would go through your trolley and ask you what you eat.
No.
Yeah, or you'd go back to the staff car park and there would be some people, like, you know, hanging around by your car.
So
oh, my
strange.
goodness.
Yeah, that was a little bit, you know, you felt a little bit uncomfortable with something, because obviously I wasn't used to that.
Yeah.
And you're thrust into this spotlight that you weren't expecting. And we never expected it, I think, to be what it was and as big as it was. So it was a real shock. So then for it to all finish, and now...
You're a TikTok star.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're a star again.
TikTok's gone. I don't know what to do with it.
Maybe you should tell everyone about the cakes, because you actually make cakes now.
I do, yes. I work from home. I have my own cake business. I do birthday cakes. I've got to go home and finish. I've got a wedding cake to do for tomorrow,
So you need to put those on your TikTok.
Yeah.
I have
Because
put a few of them
people
on there.
love all that,
yeah,
don't
I have
they?
put a few. I have put a few. I've got a few messages of people saying they want to drive for miles and miles, but I'm lucky enough that I'm quite busy with that, so I don't, you know...
Jane, you got still the same no-nonsense approach to cakes as well? You're like, well, you wanted 3 tiers, you're going to get 3 tiers, love.
No, I'm completely not like that at all. I think my children. No.
You do find when you're younger, though, you're a bit more feisty.
Well, also, you got to bear in mind...
I've calmed down, I've mellowed.
But also, you know, you're there, you've 12 hours, whatever it is, you just got people shouting at you, you're going to...
Yeah.
Yeah. We had over 100
React,
people a day miss their flights. So it was full on.
I'm going to go and watch some TikToks tonight. Thank you so much
Jane,
for joining
thank
us.
you.
It's been lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it's
lovely.
chatting to you.
He came face to face with great white sharks and kayaked alongside killer whales.
Yeah, and now BAFTA-winning explorer Steve Bagshaw is taking his audiences on their own remarkable trip beneath the waves.
As he prepares to tour the UK with his brilliant stage show, Ocean, Stevie's joining us today to tell us all about it.
Ali!
It's so good to see you.
So good to see you too.
Last time we saw each other on Strictly.
Did you do Strictly
he had
together?
no children, he wasn't married, and now look at him.
I know.
He's
Yeah, now look at
married,
me.
3
I've
children.
aged 20 years. And
You
somehow
haven't aged one
you
little
look even
bit.
better than you did back then. How
It's
did
all
that
makeup,
happen?
babes, all makeup, surgery and makeup. But you look amazing. Are you
Thank you.
well?
Very well, very well.
We're very excited about this new tour. It's called Ocean. Why did you decide to do it on the sea?
Lots of reasons. First of all, I love the challenge of trying to bring the aquatic marine environment to life on stage, because it's really tricky, but there's lots of different ways, I think, conjuring a marine environment into an audience's minds, using things like soundscape, for example. You know, we think of the oceans as being a silent world, but they're far from it. There are so many different sounds, from the calls of humpback whales to the sounds that sperm whales might make to incapacitate their prey, through to the sounds that fish make. Fish sing. Every single fish species has a different song. Sometimes they do that song by clicking their jaws or twanging their swim bladders. Other times they do it by popping simultaneously, making incredible noises that we may only recently be discovering. So I'm hoping to do all of that on stage.
It's such a great thing to bring to life, especially for kids. I mean, I don't know. I've never met a child that doesn't adore you, basically, you know. Like, are you going to have some water on stage? Have you got sort of an aquarium vibe as well? I mean,
I'm certainly going to try and recreate the sensation of the seas. I think one of the things that attracts me most about marine animals is mystery. You know, when it comes to terrestrial animals, we've known for generations, sometimes for thousands of years, about how they mate and how they court and all the things they do in their lives. But with marine creatures, even the most iconic ones, we've probably never seen it. We've probably never seen them mate. We don't know where they go for most of the year. We don't know how they give birth. All these things are new and enticing. And I think we're entering a golden era of understanding marine creatures right now.
And also, I think, you know, the British Isles, as in Ireland, so including Ireland, I think we just, as a people, we just have this, we genuinely have this relationship with the sea that we've always had. There's something quite quintessentially unique like that, I'd say, isn't there?
And at the same time, we have so much more than most people realise. I mean, you were talking about swimming with basking sharks, the second biggest fish in the sea.
Have you really done that?
Yeah, in Scotland. It's
Wow.
amazing. It's incredible.
Which is the best place in the world to swim with them. And it's the second biggest fish in our oceans. They can be 8 metres, 10 metres long. They're one of the most bizarre and obscure animals. And we have blue sharks and porbeagles. We have Greenland sharks and scalloped hammerheads that have washed up on our beaches. We have this incredible phantasmagoria of marine life that most of us have no idea exists.
Yeah.
And we know you've swam with some great whales and sharks. And our natural instinct is to want to not go near a shark. We're all scared of sharks. But sharks don't really want to eat us, do they?
No, they don't. I mean, there's a lot of different kinds. There's over 500 different species of sharks, and they're all different. So this one here we're seeing is the oceanic white-tip shark. And these ones here, I'm swimming after them with these pliers. It looks a little bit sinister, but because it's got a hook and line that's come out of its mouth, it's been caught. And I spent about half a day cutting and releasing this shark free from its line.
Oh, what a wonderful thing to do.
And this is a critically endangered species, and yet they are so harmed by our fishing practices. And if it was a critically endangered species on land, if it was a panda or a mountain gorilla, then everyone would be up in arms. But because it's in the sea and it's out of sight and out of mind, we just don't think about it.
And is most of that accidental bycatch, or is that because of the shark fin suit trade, or what is it?
It's both. So there's at least 75 million sharks a year targeted specifically for their fins, but we're probably taking 250 million sharks from the world's oceans every year in numbers that cannot be sustained. And a lot of that, like you just said, is bycatch. It's people targeting high-value food fish like tuna and sailfish and swordfish, and the sharks get caught. And because they take a long time to mature and they live for a long time, they just don't regenerate. And so we're strip mining our seas of them.
I mean, this isn't what you hear, but so if people want to, like, eat sustainably, so something like tuna, are there ways of, you know...
Absolutely. Yeah, you look out for the MCS logo. Look at charities that we have here in the UK, like Bite Back and the Shark Trust, who have just had an amazing big success, one of the great conservation wins of our lifetime within the last couple of weeks in getting all trade of shark fin banned here in the UK.
Brilliant.
And alongside that, we've also got the incredible initiative by the US. Sorry, I could go on about this stuff.
No,
we'd like to hear about it. Go on.
So we are aiming to protect 30% of the world's high seas by 2030. It is the biggest conservation goal possibly ever, and it happened this year. So there's lots of reasons to be cheerful.
So how many countries actually got involved in that?
All of them.
Really?
All of them, yeah.
That's amazing. I like the fact that we're concentrating on positive things, because we normally concentrate on the fact there's loads of plastics in the seas, but there are some positives as well.
I think it's really important. You know, a lot of the work that I do is with young people, and I find that when you're talking conservation with young people, it's got to have a possible positive outcome. You've got to let them know that they can change the world if they do something positive themselves, because there's nothing that is more likely to switch a young person off than being told that they're powerless. So we're always looking for the positives, and right now there really are some.
Steve, what's it like swimming with great whites? I mean that's...
Or orcas?
Both slightly different experiences. With great whites, it's all about confidence. It's all about owning the water and having a sort of a strength and a confidence in the way that you show yourself in the water, because they're switched on to things that are struggling, that are weak, that are injured, and if you can be the opposite of that, they totally ignore you.
So, yeah, because I've been in a cage with them, and that was an extraordinary experience in South Africa. But to go out of the cage and in the open water, I mean, that must be the most kind of visceral, full-on experience of your life.
I wouldn't do it just anywhere. So a lot of in South Africa, where you were cage diving, a lot of time it's quite murky. It might be close to seal colonies where they're very targeted on marine mammal prey. And in those situations, I probably wouldn't. But there's a couple of places where you can go in crystal clear water, where you can see the sharks from a distance, where you can assess their behaviour, because each individual shark will show off the way it's feeling, whether it's going into predatory mode or getting territorial. You can see that from the way they hold themselves in the water. And in the right situation, at the right time, with the right shark, you can swim alongside them as safely as you would swim alongside a dolphin or a seal.
What about the orcas?
Orcas is totally different because orca are so intelligent and they are, again, very focused on a particular kind of food at specific times. So there's a couple of places where it can be done. If you get a chance to go to northern Norway in the early winter, just as the time of complete darkness is kind of encroaching, all the herring focus into the fjords. And the orca are so focused on the herring, they couldn't be less interested in anything else. And you can swim alongside a 9-metre-long, 9-ton orca. You can feel their vocalizations all the way through your body. It's unreal.
Steve, thanks so much. I mean,
I could listen to you all day.
Tickets for Steve's Ocean Tour are on sale now.
It will probably be sold out, to be fair.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you, Steve.
Oh, it's so
good
good
luck
to
with
see
the
you guys.
show. Good luck.
There she is!
Choreography 101.
I love it.
Hi, guys.
Hey, thanks
Good
for
to
coming
see
in.
you.
Thanks. Listening off all those appearances, I'm like an open envelope. I'm like, anyone else want to invite me anywhere
I'm
else?
there.
Promotion 101. No, I love it. I love it.
I can't believe it's 5 years since your last album. It doesn't feel like that.
I know. I think it's because I do TV and I do all this other stuff that it doesn't feel like 5 years. But really, yeah, body of work, it's been 5 years.
Why has it been so long? Do you get nervous about releasing new music? What is it?
I just don't force it. I think it's just like when it feels right. And I found a really great situation for myself with BMG and a real brand new deal where I own all my masters, and I just got really inspired to write again. And I dug deep into my songwriting, and I felt like it was time to just kind of put it out to the world again.
I always loved that about you, though. Like, you know, having you on the radio when you first started out and stuff, and it always seems like so many bands feel like, I guess, not to a point pressured into, OK, we've invested a lot of money in you, so we need the album, then we need the tour. And that's, to be fair to record companies, that's, you know, that's the model, right?
Yeah, of course.
Whereas I always felt like you've kind of done your own thing when you wanted to do it. Am I right in thinking that? Or?
Yeah, and I also think it's got something to do with just being an all-round entertainer. You know, I really do enjoy connecting with people and entertaining and sort of doing TV and film and things like that. It does take up a lot of your time, and so when I do music, I really want to just hone in on just that.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did, and we spent about 2 years going through my journal, which I've never really done before. I've never been a journaler, weirdly, and so I did that with this album, and it just kind of it helped. Now, will I be doing it all the time?
Do you journal every day or every week?
Yeah, I just tried it, you know. I don't know. Somebody told me, actually, you should give it a shot, and I did. And then songs came out of it, and now here we are. I've got an album called You and I.
You sifting through the journal, and some days were like, milk delivered.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Zero sense.
Does it not?
No, not at all.
Sunrise was nice today.
It's not even sentences. It's just words. And then, you know, those words, I have a good team, good bunch of songwriters that I work with, and they were like, OK, let's turn this into something. And you know, naturally, it just happened. And that, for me, is, like, the best way to make music, in my opinion.
All your music has dropped some serious beats. Are there going to be some beats in this new music? What's it going to be like? Is it very serious? Is it...
It's not crazy serious. It's just a bit more sort of simple, in my opinion. It's got a bit more honesty to it, and it's not so driven about all the bold, kind of loud sounds like my previous albums. I'd like to say it's more of a storybook, you know, and it's something I challenged myself with. I love pop songs. I love big anthemic records. But this was a little challenge for me, and I'm really proud to say I've just ticked that off the list. But the summer's going to be full of surprises and features, so look out for that.
Well, I'm very excited to see the video because You and I was actually directed by your husband, which is amazing.
I've got a husband.
Jobs for the boys.
How do you find actually working with your husband?
It's so weird, but it's
Is
so
it nice?
fun. Yeah, I mean, listen,
There
to
he
be
is.
honest, he's such a great, great person. And a lot of people actually weirdly say we look alike. Can you
I just
see
need
it?
to find me in male form.
Isn't that weird?
Where am I going to...
I don't know if that's
Really,
a
it's weird.
narcissistic comment, but I did not do that intentionally at all.
Are you sure?
A lot of my
mirror on the
friends-
wall.
Did you imagine?
Apparently, though, you do morph into your partner a little bit. You
heard.
start sounding like them. You start looking like
It's
them.
either your
It's a
partner
thing.
or your dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
Those are the two.
So you
Yours
go with
is
the
your partner.
Yeah.
He's also, to be fair to he's also a genius.
Thank you. No,
Really
it's nice to actually be with someone that really stimulates me mentally. Respectfully, everybody, let's not go there. Really does have this really great sort of knowledge about music as well as film and books, and I don't know. I guess he just expanded my sort of creativity in a really natural way, which I'm grateful.
Well, you want to be pushed by your partner, don't you? I mean, that's kind of...
And then I put him to work and made him do a couple of videos. Why not?
And did he smash it?
He did.
Did he?
I mean, it was really cool. It was really, really spontaneous. I mean, he really kept me on my toes. It was like, this, that. But it was a mini movie. And so praising you, and we have Norman, Fatboy Slim, in it, which was, like, really amazing. And that just topped it off. And it was nice to have all of us work together on this project.
That's so nice.
So I saw Rita at Glastonbury. I didn't know I was looking at Rita
No.
at Glastonbury. Yeah.
Nice.
So I went
You're
to
not supposed to know what's going on.
Well, exactly.
You know you were looking at
I was right at the back, right? And so Norman, Fatboy Slim was headlining on this.
Yeah.
It's the Saturday, wasn't it?
Yes.
And me and my friends were at the back, and we were just like, "This is amazing." And then this one comes out, killer vocals, and I'm like, "Who's singing this song? It sounds
ruining
great."
this? I'm joking.
And then get her off. No. And then I was like, and then someone just said to me afterwards, "Oh, Rita was great, wasn't she?" I was like, "Who?"
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea you were there.
Oh, thanks. Well, that's a good
so
sign.
good.
Thanks, I appreciate that. No, it was fun. I love doing surprise pop-ups, as you just saw earlier. I just thought it was really nice. I met Fatboy Slim at Glastonbury a year ago, and I actually really stalked him until he said yes to do a song with me, because I love him so much. Electronic music, dance music, Fatboy Slim, the 90s. I mean, come on, it was just iconic. And so when he finally said yes, it was only right to close the chapter a year on, coming out on his set.
That's so amazing.
So I'm really lucky.
Talking of pop-ups, do you pop up in Love Island tonight? What is going on?
Guys, my
What's
dream
happening?
has come true.
So you've always wanted to go on Love Island?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously I love watching the show. You know,
Yeah.
I love reality TV, and it's a bit of a guilty pleasure for me.
So what are you doing?
I'm basically singing some songs, surprising them, in peak heat, by the way. It's so hot there. I don't know how they do it. I was literally sort of sweating in places I didn't even know I could sweat from. And then I can't tell you what happened.
Well, I bet they were so excited. Obviously, they were so excited to see you.
Happy to be there. And look, yeah. So tune in, because we're going to have a party.
Is it like a stage, or were you just like that? Were you just sort of going around singing to him, going...
Well, I was supposed to stay on the stage, but I just really wanted to get up close, and so I...
Did you have a look around the villa?
I went and I saw them all, and I was like, guys, I love you all. But they obviously don't know what's going on outside, so they were all asking, like,
Do you have a
what's
favourite?
it like?
I'm not watching it this year.
I do. I love Jess. I think she's a real good girl. She's
And did you tell her?
Yeah.
Did you?
She was so happy.
So good.
But they obviously don't know what's going on, you know, because they've been in this villa, and so they're like, how is it? I'm like, I can't tell you anything. But it was amazing. It was a really fun experience, and I loved that I was able to go out there.
Just very briefly, I love the fact you're a Gogglebox with your sister. It's just such a great...
She's so lovely.
I think it's great
She-
and you two are funny together.
I think she's actually a star. I mean,
She
I
is.
hate that she's funnier than me. I hate it. But it was so much fun doing it. Gogglebox, it's, again, a big show. I'm actually just ticking off all my favourite shows.
I knew you worked together, but like, it must have been lovely working with her on.
Yeah, it was, because she just finally said, people can see how funny I am. I said, you know what, let's settle down, relax. But it was amazing. Gogglebox is great. I love doing the promo, because I'm just on all the shows I love doing. This morning, Love Island,
Let's
Gogglebox.
promo you up.
Let's do it. Should I just stay here?
You and I, the new
Rita's third
album.
You and I,
Yeah.
out now via BMG.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Rita.
Love you
These
guys.
women are... Not once, but 7 times.
Is
in
that
Madame
famous?
Tussauds. The attraction's obviously around the world, right?
Yeah, we are now exclusively revealing for the very first time Harry's London figure with Madame Tussauds studio, and manager Joe Kinsey's here.
Kinsey, how are you?
Come into the light, darling. Come into the light.
Deserve to be in the light, Joe.
We're very excited about this. How many Harrys have you actually made?
So we've made 7 Harrys, which are global, from London, New York, Sydney, so we're very excited.
So shall we reveal it? I don't want to mess around. 'Cause
I
we want
know.
to get our money's worth, don't we?
Well,
shall we actually reveal it?
Absolutely. Let's not keep waiting any longer.
No, it's time to reveal the brand new Harry. Here we go.
It takes 10 months to make, and that's everything from sculpting to moulding. The hairs are inserted one by one.
What, on the
Eyelashes.
face?
Yep, the head
And the
hair.
head?
Yeah, one by one. Human hair inserted one by one, including the beard, the eyebrows, and then colouring. So that whole process
Just
is
have a
10
moment
months.
and just give you and your team a massive
The
hug.
team
That is
did a-
unbelievable, Jo.
Thank you.
And so how many... Did he do any sittings, or did you just take this from...
Yeah, so 10 years
Pictures
ago with
away.
One Direction, we had a sitting with Harry and
Obviously,
the
he was
rest
a
of the
boy
team.
then, wasn't he? And like, as a man, so much must have changed.
It's interesting because, you know, your eyes don't change or,
Yeah.
you know, your skin
I
tone
think he's
doesn't
taller.
change.
Is he taller?
He may well be. I mean, he was younger in One Direction.
Yeah.
But, you know, the essence is there. So we had all that information to work with.
It's
Talk us through this one in particular. So the 7 you've got, are they through the ages, or are they just seven sort of different looks of where he is now?
Yeah, 7 different looks. 6 of them are from the performance, and in London we went for a red carpet look.
So this is kind of Gucci style, that kind of vibe.
It's an inspiration from the red carpet at the premiere of My Policeman, but we really wanted to include this lovely handbag. We thought that was a real fitting treat for the figure.
Love the handbag.
Yeah.
So obviously each country has a different Harry. Who decides on what he actually wears? Do they come to you and say, this is what we want?
Yeah, so each region will decide what they would like, what's suited to their area. And what was lovely was everybody chose something different.
Yeah. Well, you didn't want it to be the same, really, do we?
No.
Well, the thing is, it's absolutely unbelievable. Do you actually hear from Harry? Has he said he likes them? Has he said anything?
We've kept his team across.
And they're all over it?
Yeah, and, you know, he's very busy. So, yeah, and...
So, Jo, with the body and stuff, how do you... Because obviously, we go to Madame Tussauds and we think it's all about the face, but do you use the whole... Like, how does the whole body thing work? Because obviously, you know, different people have different shapes.
Absolutely,
So, I mean...
yeah. So everything's sculpted by hand. We've, again, the measurements that we would have had from the sitting, but also getting in more recent research as well. So sculpted by hand, every measurement's in place, but every detail down to every tattoo as well. So
really? He's got tattoos on the body as well?
Everything's on there.
That's unbelievable.
Incredible.
And do you find when he actually goes in, do people manhandle Harry when they're in there?
They like to
Do you have to keep repairing
kiss and a cuddle, maybe.
Really? Because I actually want to get quite up close and personal, but we're not allowed to touch him at the moment, are we?
You could give him a little cuddle.
Oh, could you? Go on.
I'm going in. I'm going in. I'll give him a little gentle.
Oh, that is nice.
Oh, Harry, you
Do you know
feel
what?
so good.
If I come in like that...
Oh, Harry, you feel so good.
Jo, join in. It's like a lovely moment.
He's so
Go on.
small,
Oh.
isn't he? He's so tiny. He's so tiny.
Lovely stuff.
Well, I know another waxwork, which is coming shortly next year. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit more robust. But I'm actually being immortalised in wax, which is so
And we're very excited.
amazing. It's an honour, really, to be
incredible,
asked to do it. It's an absolute honour. And I went, and I couldn't believe how much
now.
detail goes into it. They start marking your face with these white spots to measure things. I had to choose the eyes.
Yeah.
Now, my eyes are a mix between Lizzo and Drake.
Yeah.
So my eyes are similar colours to theirs. Lizzo and Drake's. And there's somebody who's mixing up the colours
Yep,
of
absolutely.
my skin, which
Yep.
is
Here's
unbelievable.
what I want to
Yeah.
know. How did you find sitting still for that long? And did you have to...
Well, I
did you
wasn't
move
sitting.
At all?
I wasn't actually sitting. I was standing in this position
Yeah.
for the whole
That's
time.
what it did for your thumb, right?
So the next day I came into work and I couldn't move my thumb. I've had a strain injury of standing there for so long. But it's unbelievable how much actually goes into it, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
scanning.
Everything, the attention to detail, yeah. And when we get to do your hair, the hairline, every single hair will be as your hairline.
And do you prefer when you have them in the flesh, or do you prefer working from photos? What would you prefer?
I mean, it's great if you can come in. So the fact we can work really closely with you is going to be absolutely... It'll make sure the figure's absolutely spot on.
Jo, have you sort of seen the Alison model? Have you been in there and, like...
It's only just started.
In the lab, are you in with the guys going...
It's probably just a bit of clay at the moment.
That's the thing. Like, so that's another question I was going to ask. Is it like one piece, or do you piece like the head together and then, you know, you fuse the head to the legs?
Yeah,
and the torso?
it has to be in separate pieces, yeah. And in order to dress them, actually,
Sure.
you have to be able to, you know, move the arms around. So yeah, it is in separate pieces.
Well, he's
yeah.
absolutely incredible. I love it.
Really good, Jo. Congratulations to you and
Thank
your
you.
team. It's
Well
incredible.
done. I'm
Well
doing
done.
7. 7 in London. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you, Harry, for joining us.
What's going to do one a Joe? That's what I want.
Right, our next guests are the masterminds behind the hugely successful podcast Help, I Sexted My Boss.
And now Jordan North and William Hanson are swapping the studio for the sun, sea and sand as they take their hugely popular podcast to Benidorm. It is lovely to have you here. Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome.
Nice.
We'll come on to Benidorm in just a moment because we should just talk about the podcast itself. It's been out there for 5 years. It has a very loyal following of fans. It's massive. I think 28 million listens. It's in Apple's top 10 comedy podcast. Did you imagine it was going to go on to have the success that it did?
No, we started it 5 years ago because it was a friend of ours' idea. We originally pitched it to the BBC and they were like, we don't think it'll quite work. So our friend said, carry on, we'll make it work. We thought we'd do like 2 seasons. And at first it was just our friends and family that listened. And then 5 years later, it's just gone through the roof, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're very lucky. It's a nice sort of, for me, obviously, in my day-to-day job teaching etiquette, it's very normal. I do very sort of normal aspects of etiquette, whereas then on the podcast, we can talk about slightly more contemporary topics of etiquette, shall we say, and it's nice to have yin and yang for me.
We're from 2 completely different worlds, we always say this, but we are genuinely good friends. We've been friends for 12 years? 12 years we've been friends for, yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? Because they're sitting the same, but they're not sitting the same.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, the etiquette of your posture's quite precise and...
He's doing the Duchess slant.
Oh, no, that's not the... No, that's the Duchess.
Oh, that's the Duchess
slant.
slant. I know, I try and do that as much as possible.
Yeah, and then you're doing it very nice.
Thank you.
No, don't manspread.
I wasn't manspreading.
Close knees.
I guess it's about celebrating your differences. I feel very insecure about where I'm sitting now. But some of the stuff you discussed in the podcast, there's one I really loved. It was what happens if you discover your dad on a dating website.
Yes.
Yes.
There was a young man who was chatting to another guy on a dating app.
And they had faceless photographs, which is, I think, is a bit of a mistake. You're asking for trouble.
Right.
And they had been doing a bit of sexting. And then it turned out.
When they swapped face pictures, it was his dad.
No. I mean, we're saying no, and everyone's like, tell me more.
No, this is the thing.
This is why people are obsessed with this podcast. A lot of it is fueled by gin. I mean, seems to... We like a bit of gin on the show. Your fans of the show are called your G and Divas.
Yes.
And that's after a cocktail, which... This cocktail, I mean, it's quite royal.
It's lethal, yes. Gin and Dubonnet. It was a favourite of the late Queen Mother's,
Yes.
and then the late Queen Elizabeth also enjoyed it. And it's 1 part gin, 2 parts Dubonnet. Dubonnet is a fortified red wine, so there's no tonic or soda to dilute it. It's alcohol and alcohol. So please, obviously, drink it responsibly.
Well done.
And we enjoy it, and I enjoy it a bit more than you.
It gets you like a giddy drunk.
Does it?
Yeah.
Do you give better advice after?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I was going to say no.
No.
But yeah.
Do they
Yin
sell
and yang.
it in cans for you?
No. We should do that, though.
We did try it, yes.
William, we were on tour in Belfast, and William had about 4 gin and Dubonnets, and he actually fell into a skip.
I didn't fall into a skip.
Didn't.
It was
Etiquette expert here.
What is the skip etiquette in such a situation?
It wasn't a skip, it was the back of a van. You have
I'm not
Oh,
sure
was it
if
the back of a
anybody-
van? I mean, I'd had a few myself. Was it a van? I thought that was another night.
Set van.
His legs were up in air. That's all I
They
can
were
remember.
not. This is absolute fun.
I can't quite believe it.
Yeah.
I want to hear your impressions of William's mum.
Right.
Apparently, it's a thing of legend to your podcast fans.
Let me explain. So before I met William's mum or any of his parents, I had it in my head that she was a bit like, what's she called, Gigi Gabor?
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
And so I had it that she was this very extravagant, champagne-drinking socialite. So we just started doing an impression, and it was, hello, darlings. William, you are my favourite, darling. Well, you're not, James, my other son is. Champagne all around. It's pretty much off Little Britain. Yeah. And it's just turned into a thing now where
She's nothing like that.
I was going to say, how does she feel about this?
I think she quite likes it.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next big birthday is coming up, and to celebrate that, you were off to Benidorm. You're not going on your own. You're taking 24 lucky listeners, 12 pairs to come with you. Your grandmother loves Benidorm, used to go, loves it, so you know what it's going to be like once you're there.
Yeah, she goes twice a year. We went for her 70th a few years ago. We all, did fancy dress. And her saying is, I know a lot of grandmothers give really good wisdom and advice. Her advice was, if you can't have fun in Benidorm, there's something wrong with you.
Right, so...
So...
I think there might be something wrong with you.
You're not even there yet.
I've always wanted to take him. Since I first met him, I've always thought, we've got to do a weekend
I
in
sort of
Benidorm.
want to come with you just to see what happens.
We've got front row seats.
You can have my ticket.
No, it's your podcast. You've got to be there.
Benidorm is magical.
Yeah,
Have you been?
I've been lots of times. In the winter,
I've never been.
Winter, a lot of pensioners go and live there and get their pensions sent there directly and have the most fantastic lives. You're going to love it, maybe.
Lovely.
We've got front row seats to Sticky Vicky, who is a magician. Let's just say she doesn't pull things out of a hat.
Oh, OK.
It's like Mary Poppins.
I understand. I've got
a different type of pop.
We all understand what you're saying. We've got something for you. Chris is going to grab it from
Because
behind
apparently the whole
sofa.
packing situation and suitcase situation between you both is a little bit different, so we want to help you out a little bit.
We've had a bit
There's a man who's travelled who can do that when he's walking through an airport. Hello. How you
You are
doing? You all right?
such a show-off, Craig.
I'd like you to-
We've had a bit of a tip-off that you will be packing different things.
Yes.
You're quite different packers. We know that you're both going to take aspirin
Yep.
because of the De Bonnet situation.
Well, and just the general Benidorm vibe. I'm just to take some aspirin.
Fine.
So,
But what else is in there?
this is for Jordan.
Wow.
Okay, so you need the Panama hat. It's a good one.
Oh, I've got a...
That's for you. So that's for you. That's you.
Lovely,
Sorry.
thank you. That's very
Of course,
sophisticated.
of course. Talk me through why you need one of these.
A mattress protector, because I'm not completely convinced where we're staying will have a mattress protector. And thank you. Jaunty
That
angle.
really suits
Off it
you.
goes.
Looks like Poirot.
Thank you.
Read it
Are
off
these
with
for
that.
me?
They're for you as well.
Oh, nice, thank you.
And this one...
And most importantly, just so you're never too far.
Oh, look at that.
Then.
His husband might not be happy.
No.
So that's yours. That's
I can
a
lie on
gift
your
for
face
you.
at night.
Oh, and we haven't left you out either.
This is
because
not
from
as
this
good,
side-
Jordan. We've got you some underpants this morning. Underpants.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Handed.
Actually, I quite like.
Yeah, there's no yellow stains on them as well. That's
I'm sure
too
you'll
much.
fix that, Jordan. I'm sure you'll fix that. There's a couple of pairs
Thank
there.
you.
And tea bags.
You can never have.
my
Yeah, tea bags. And some, aspirin. And
Aspirin.
I'll have one of
for
those.
you.
So there you go. Take all that to
There you go.
Benidorm.
Put your sunglasses on. Thank you, you're so generous.
There you go. There's more tea bags
Wow.
for you.
You can never have enough
You
tea
can never
bags
have enough.
abroad.
Well, apparently, so I
There you
think
go.
you're about to
Where are you
find out what
going
it
for
is like.
3 days?
There you go. You have a good
Guys,
time.
enjoy it.
for you.
Enjoy Benidorm. I hope you have a nice
Thank you.
time. Tune in to Help I Sexted My Boss this week for a chance to win a pair of tickets to go to that Benidorm recording. So it's not totally signed up yet.
It's a Yorkshire tea.
It's a good one. It's the good
It's
stuff.
Yorkshire tea. Have a good trip, guys.
Thank
Thank you so much.
There you go. Right, still.
Now, our next guest has been racing in Formula One with McLaren under the British flag since he was just 19 years old.
As he prepares to take on the British Grand Prix iconic Silverstone circuit this weekend, Lando Norris joins us now live from Silverstone to tell us how he's getting on. But regardless of what happens, it's fair to say he qualifies in pole position as one of our favourite ever Formula One drivers.
Absolutely.
He's one of our... Morning, Lando.
Good
how are you?
morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Do you know, Lando, we're excited because we talk about Wimbledon, we talk about all these iconic sporting events, but the British Grand Prix at Silverstone is so special, and I imagine hugely special for you as well, Lando.
Yes, of course. The most special of the whole season, the one I look forward to the most, mainly because of, I say only because of the fans and the supporters. They're the ones that make it as special as it is. So I'm super excited, not just to drive again and drive in front of my home crowd, but for the rest of it, seeing all the fans, seeing the people in my T-shirts and my caps and McLaren clothing. It's insane, but also just a lot of fun at the same time. So a lot of smiling, and I look forward to the whole thing.
I bet you do. And how are you feeling going into it? Because we know that there's sort of further upgrades to come, which sounds promising.
Yes, you done your research, huh?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I think we took some steps forward last weekend. We took some steps forward already last weekend in Austria, which was good, and we've had our best result of the season. So that was positive for everyone. It made the team very happy, and it was nice to see those steps kind of come in immediately and the progress show immediately. And then we got some more this weekend, which is even better. more things to try and improve us in front of the home crowd and put on a good show and have a good weekend. So, yes, I'm looking forward to the whole thing. We're getting there. It's been quite a tough start to the season, I'm not going to lie. It's been just difficult, a lack of speed, lack of performances, but we've recently taken some small steps forward, and hopefully this weekend we can take another one too, which is going to be great.
Look, we know you want to be so much higher up, the Drivers' Championship, the Constructors' Championship as well. But, like, there are ups and downs in any sporting season, particularly in Formula One. Interesting, those upgrades before Austria as well, and they pumped you up to 4th place. A really good finish for you. Unusual circumstances, and you've got a good friend in Fernando Alonso to let you know what was actually going on. Tell us what happened in Austria last weekend.
Yes, I mean, it's a long story, I guess, but to make it simple, there was obviously a lot of penalties and things because it's one of the most difficult tracks to keep it within the white lines, within the track limits. There's a ruling that you have to stay within them, and many people weren't. But I did. I was a good boy, so I didn't get any penalties, but many other people did, and that bumped me from 5th to 4th. And I didn't actually know until after I landed back in the UK. It was like, what, 4 hours after the race. So I spoke to Fernando before I took off because I knew that they protested or appealed their result or whatever. And I thought he was going to have a go at me or something, but he actually was the opposite. So when I landed, I had a nice surprise that we gained 1 position already, which is, the easiest position of the whole day. But the rules are the rules, so it's as simple as that.
Those are the rules, and you were a good boy. They were handed out a total of 12 penalties to 8 different drivers, and you made it quite known across the radio to your team that you thought that Lewis had behaved quite badly.
Yeah. I mean, nothing personal as a fellow Brit, but it's tough. Like we were quicker than the Mercedes, which was a great result. It was a bit of a surprise. We weren't expecting maybe to be quite as quick as them, but I put Lewis under a lot of pressure in the beginning of the race, and I guess simply he just made too many mistakes of running wide and making, I mean, small mistakes. It's not even like a big mistake. It's you run a couple of centimeters too wide and you get a penalty for it. But as drivers, you complain about everything, no matter who it is, no matter what they've done, whatever. So yes, I was saying what I had to say, simple as that. And it paid off in the end of the day. But we managed to beat them fair and square on the actual racetrack, which was, I guess, an extra bonus too.
Lando, you're so polite. It's hard to imagine you being angry about anything. But, you know, I love the driver's radio, the conversations you get to earwig into. It's fantastic. It's like seeing inside the dressing room in any sport. It's a real treat. My son, Milo, he's a big F1 fan, and he thinks that all the drivers should be allowed to talk to each other during the race.
Imagine the road rage, though.
So, like, say in the weekend when Lewis went off and he went a bit wide, you should be able to go, "Oi, Hamilton, rate it in." What do you think? Good idea for next season?
I'm watching you. I mean, you'll get to a point where you kind of just shout at people in the middle of the corner and try to distract them, and you'll say things to try annoy them even more. Things that you probably shouldn't say, but I don't mind. It sounds like a good idea. If it entertains the fans more, then you never know. Maybe he's got the next best thing.
You could distract him with your singing.
I'll distract more than just him and my singing. So it'll distract everyone in the world, which is a problem.
We liked the singing. We want you to bring that back. What they are bringing back, which has been very, very popular indeed, is the colour of the car, going back to the iconic chrome car. And that's something... That car in particular meant a lot to you. It was quite an inspiring vehicle, that one.
Yeah, I mean, it was what kind of got me into Formula One. I was into motorbikes before, but the thing that actually got me into Formula One was seeing Lewis and Fernando, the guys that I so casually race against now every weekend. They were the guys that I was watching when I was 6, 7 years old. And this was the livery that McLaren had back then, 2007, 2008, and so on. And that's, I fell in love with whatever was cool. Like, that's what you do, I guess, when you're a kid, is what's cool, and then you kind of cheer them on or you support them, whatever. So they were the coolest to me, McLaren back then. And they were the people I was supporting. And I supported Lewis. I kind of supported Fernando, I guess, but more Lewis because he was the Brit. And now we're bringing a bit of that history back to what we are now. I guess it's in partnership with Google Chrome and so on, but to do it at the British Grand Prix, not my British Grand Prix. To do it at the British Grand Prix, to kind of relive some of the history. It will be. You're right, it will be. But to do it back at the British Grand Prix, it's a bigger bonus, It's something special.
Lando, it might seem like a ridiculous question, but can you actually hear... So the crowds are huge. There'll be well over 100,000 over the course of the weekend. Practice starts tomorrow, of course. But, like, can you hear them? Because it's noisy in the cockpit of that car, right? How do you sense the crowds?
It is pretty noisy. You can definitely sense them. If anyone tells you they can hear that they can hear them, it's BS. They're lying to you. No one can hear them when you're inside the car. But I mean, you feel them. Like, you watch them. I watch them. I look at them, and especially, I mean, the best bit is when you do an overtake. Then I mean, they all kind of stand up or give you a round of applause or cheer for you, whatever it is. And you notice it because you have a couple of seconds every now and then to look up into the crowd and see them. And yeah, they make it just that little bit more enjoyable and exciting and so on. I guess they motivate you at the same time, which is a very special thing because you want to go out and you want to put in a good performance. You know, you want to do your people proud who are there, who have come from wherever they are in the UK or wherever, other countries to support you. You want to do them proud. So yeah, home race is an advantage because it just helps you push that little bit more.
It's a shame we don't have more time because Holly was going to talk us through the upgrades. But we've got to run out of time.
Craig, don't do this. Do not do this to me. I was earlier on, the only upgrades I could think of was playing Super Mario Kart with my son, but I don't think any of those are included on the vehicle that's
It would be better, though, if you could fire watermelons and stuff out.
You've got to stop coming up with these ideas.
It would be, I agree with that.
Just moving the sport forward. Good luck, Lando.
Oh, we wish you the best of luck. We'll be watching, and yeah, you got this. You got
this. Good to see you again.
Yeah, and you as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take care. Qualifying begins 3 p.m. on Saturday with build-up from 2:15. Build-up on Sunday's Grand Prix begins at 1:30 ahead of the race at 3 p.m. All on Sky Sports Formula 1.
That was fun. Do you want to do the rugby with me next season?
Yes. Yes, I've got a few suggestions for that as well. It's lovely having you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Congratulations on this. I mean, it is deeply, deeply personal story that you're telling, and I think it will actually help a lot of people. The focus of it is something that actually in the past you've kept to yourself. You haven't really wanted to talk about it. Why has now felt like the right time to do this?
Yeah, I think throughout my life I've kept it quite secret. Only my friends and my family and close people to me know. I think in a way to protect myself and my loved ones, and I think very much so. I was a swimmer, and when you are a swimmer, you're very much focused and you're an athlete and stuff, and I didn't want distractions or anyone to know, and I thought since retiring from swimming, and I thought this was the right time, you know, and I think you hear so many stories that people leave it too late, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to, like, I lost my identity in swimming and I was going through a bit of an emotional feeling through that, and I was like, yeah, this is the right time, and let's talk about it. And I think since opening up and talking about it more and more, people are like, oh yeah, I'm adopted, or I've got someone who I know someone who's adopted. And I think let's open that conversation, because it's definitely a subject that we're quite shy away from in a way, and I think let's be proud and stuff, and then especially the link with disability too, and like you saw on that clip there, the whole language that was used even 28 years ago, you know. So I think, it's just something I'm very passionate now to talk about and to be more open and not hide away. And I think now speaking about it more and more, it's definitely like a massive weight off my shoulders.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
And the right time to do it when you retire, because a lot of sports people do find themselves completely lost, and you've got to use that as a little turning point in your life. And we're going to talk about Val and Steve, your folks next.
Oh, yeah.
They're just lovely people.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't met them, but I love them.
Oh, no, they're amazing.
They're amazing.
Remember that lovely chat not so long ago with them?
Yeah.
Great time. But just let's rewind a little bit to the start of this journey for you, and when you found out for the first time, when you really started looking deeper into your birth mother and what had happened.
So I've always known I was adopted. It's very much a conversation that's very open in our family. And my other siblings to me are older, and like you said, Val and Steve, my mum and dad, who are the most amazing humans. Before adopting all of us, they were fostering too, so they're very much we're such a close unit and stuff. But I think going through this journey, I think I was very naive to start off with. I was very much like, oh, I would love to find out more information about myself. What is my birth mother like? My family. Never thinking that I'll actually get the chance to meet her, because along the way I met the likes of Jono and so many other people who were on the documentary that actually haven't had a chance to get their questions answered. And I was very lucky that I got my questions answered. But I think it was definitely an emotional roller coaster. It was tough. Like, it was a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. But in a way, I've got my questions answered. And I think also talking about adoption is so, so important. And having this opportunity to talk about it and to be on TV and follow that journey. But it was a lot harder emotionally than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I can't thank my parents, my loved ones, my support system because without them, I don't think I would have, had the support in a way. And it was tough.
It was tough. You did get to meet your biological mother, as you said then. It's not something that happens on screen, but you do talk about that experience and what that was like. I think a lot of people, when I read this, when I was like, God, I imagine a lot of people will relate to this, that feeling of you had an image in your head of what she was like, that kind of Tracy Beaker type thing. When you met her and saw her, did it make sense? Was there a connection? Could you see yourself in her?
Oh, hugely, hugely. I was actually so nervous. Like, we were supposed to meet another time before, but I got a migraine, actually, and I get migraines really, really bad. So, again, those nerves got me very stressful in a way. So I catched up with her the second time and tried to meet her. And, just so nervous I was. But that first moment of meeting each other, we just embraced, we just hugged, and it was just the most amazing feeling. And I said to Leslie, who you saw on the doc, I said
she
to her,
helped you.
She was my massive support system throughout and even now. I said to her, I only want to meet her for 15 minutes, please. Like, again, nerves and all this. And next thing we know, we were chatting for 5 hours.
Wow.
And I think when you're looking at someone who looks like you, again, we have the same personality.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was that mirror image. And like you said, Holly, like, when you're young, you have these visions of what your birth parents are going to be like, your birth mom. It's a bit like, it is like Tracy Beaker, you know, she has a vision of what her birth mother's going to be like, famous and all that. But you have these visions. And then finally, her sitting right in front of me, it was just, amazing. And she got the same eyes and facial expressions and everything and personality traits. It definitely, like, helped answer those questions.
Piece of the puzzle.
Yeah,
Really
piece, definitely.
cathartic for you, but can you imagine how cathartic it was for her as well? I mean, what did she have to say once she settled down and got used to the idea of having you in front of her?
Again, her personality is like mine, very much chatty, very, like, personalities just buzzing off each other, you know. But I think the main thing that she keeps reiterating, and she reiterated at that time, was how much love and support that she had for my parents, because I am the person that I am today without my mum and dad, you know, with my mum and dad, sorry. Like, they've raised me up to be the person that I am today, and they're just, she's so thankful to them.
To them for doing that.
Did she, had she known about you and how things were going in life? Had she followed your incredible sporting career?
Yeah, I think she mentioned that during Beijing in 2008, way back when I was 13, she was watching the Paralympics and saw me on TV and put the puzzle together. So saw, like, who I was, and again, I had the same name as when I was at birth to now, and saw, like, where I was born and did a bit of research. So and always followed my journey. And again, massive respect to her too, that throughout my career and my life, that she's never come to, like, she could easily have come to, like, my races or come to where I was, but throughout she, like, gave me that respect and left me to go to her
to
and
find
to
when
teach
you're
her. And
I just wanted to ask you, just because I think this is an important thing, when she made that decision to give you up for an adoption, it was a different time, and you can see by the language being used around your situation and your disability, and it's shocking actually to hear it. And you know, you think, well, was that a different time back then? But then when you look at the stats on adoption now of families looking to adopt and how many are actually willing to adopt a child with a disability, out of thousands of families looking for a child, only 8
I know.
only 8 would consider that. I mean, it doesn't feel like we've moved on that much.
No, when I was with a social worker and seeing those statistics and seeing that database, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Because, again, I knew that disability way back, and, again, reading my information booklet, it was the saying about the language, people with dwarfism perceived as people in the circus, not mentally stable,
horrible,
you know,
isn't it?
being evil. But still now, 2022, 2023, the language and the acceptance of people with a disability, and I think that's one of these main things, reasonings for this documentary, is that having a disability is amazing, and yes, it can be, we have to do it in a different way, you know, there's adaptations, but we can still live a fulfilled life.
Living proof as you sit here that is the case.
You're just such a brilliant, positive person. I love talking to you
Thank you
because
very
you just
much.
shine. You always just shine.
Thank you.
Good luck with the documentary. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Ellie's documentary, My Secret Family, 9 p.m. tomorrow night on ITV1. And thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Now, over the last 3 decades, Katie Price has lived in the public eye with every detail of her life documented on reality TV, her own books and in the press. But our next guest knows the story from inside.
Yeah, behind the scenes, Katie's mum, Amy, was a constant source of support, and now Amy has decided to set the record straight about her daughter in her memoir, The Last Word, and here it is. And it's a brilliant, very, very honest, very, very open, very important book, actually, and you're here now to tell us more. Before we get to the book and what that's all about, I think a lot of people will be seeing you here on the sofa today, and we've been following within the papers the stories here about your health and how you're doing. And as you sit here now, how are you? Because it was in 2017 that you got the diagnosis, wasn't it? And,
yes.
And it's been difficult.
Yeah, it's been really difficult. I've gradually got worse, I would say, in 22. And I knew that was my last year because the symptoms I had with the IPF were really quite bad. I could hardly breathe, and walking was difficult. I was on oxygen more or less 24 hours. So when I was offered a transplant, I just jumped at it.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been simple. It hasn't been easy. There's a lot that's gone wrong with me, which the transplant people anticipate, because it's quite hard having a new organ in your body.
Yeah.
And it's like the rejection drugs you have to take.
Yeah.
And you're monitored every week. But I was grateful for it.
I'm sure.
But I'm still not out of the woods. There's a lot still I've got to improve on myself. But I'm just really grateful, like, to the doctors. It was at Harefield Hospital I had it done.
Yeah.
And the nurses, the porters, the housekeepers, even the receptionists, it's like a family. So they all look after me. And what is wonderful is that I see the same people all the time, and people that have had transplants, because when we go for checkups, they're all there.
Yeah.
So it's like a community.
Around
and
you.
we all look at
After each other.
to help me. And I know some of them will be watching today.
Do say hello to them all, yeah?
all of
Good morning,
them.
all.
Hello.
That was only November.
Yeah.
Such a massive operation. So,
Yeah.
first of all, with that in mind, amazing that you're sitting on the sofa talking to us, and you look great. And thanks for sharing your story. I guess when you are seriously ill, people say they become quite reflective.
Yes.
And maybe want to fix a few things.
Yeah.
Was that where the book came from?
Yes, it did. And also, I was sitting in my conservatory one day, and I thought, my grandchildren, they look at me, and they must think, Nan's an old woman, sitting there doing her knitting. And then I thought, they know nothing about me, really.
Yeah.
They don't realise I had a life before IPF, and I don't think they knew about my family much. So it was a mission for me to think, right, a legacy about my family, a legacy for telling the truth about everything that I know, and my opinion. But also, I wanted to know their roots, because their family's quite entrepreneurial and into entertainment. So, like, Kate comes from a line of people in her family that were artists in themselves.
All of the profits from the sale of this book go to Action for Pulmonary Fibrosis, Royal Brompton and Harefield Hospitals Charity in St Barnabas House Hospice in Worthing. Research costs money, and that's what you want to do. One of the stories in here, and there are so many brilliant ones, a lot about Kate growing up and what she was like, but when she first got into that industry, you weren't so happy about it, were you?
No, none of us were.
No.
Because we thought, what is she doing?
Yeah.
You know, so she just sort of said, right, I'm going to do this. And it doesn't matter what we said to her.
Headstrong.
Headstrong.
Yeah.
She just wanted to do it. But looking back now, it was no different than, I would say, my mum. I think Kate's like what my mum was. So you have to read it in the book.
This is
It's
Esther.
so similar. Esther.
She sounds like a right character.
Oh, my God. But the worst thing for me, or the thing that I was really shocked about, that they were really strict with me as parents, but with Kate, when she told them she was, like, going to do page 3 and do glam, wonderful.
Oh, really?
Wonderful. It's fantastic. Do it. And there's me thinking, all those years, you were so strict with me and yet you let her get away with it. So I didn't have a leg to stand on.
You mentioned putting the record straight on a few things, and I imagine a lot of that's to do with Katie. So what will we learn about Katie in the book that we previously don't know about her?
I think the softer side of her and the injustices that I think have happened to her, and I think how she's been manipulated and used. I think in there's a child abuse, not from us, but things that have happened to her along the way when she was younger.
At a very young age.
A very young age. And I think also what's been important is a mental health. Because when I look back, she's been in the industry, like at least 20 years, people didn't consider things like mental health then. So I think it's been like a progression over the years that's really affected her and events.
You talk about in the book as well about her surgery and the amount of surgery she's had. It's actually to the point where she doesn't even tell you anymore because it's not something that you like. And something you say in there is that it was driven by unhappiness.
I think so. It started off at an early age where I think she did her first shoot and we was on the beach and someone said, how could she be a page 3 girl? She's got no boobs as such. And she heard it. And I said to her, look, not being rude, but all her family, the women end up having quite normal bust size. But no, she was adamant then that she wanted to change and have bigger boobs. So that's how it started, by someone's comment. But I think what happens then, I didn't want her to have any surgery at all, but I cancelled a couple of operations.
Did you?
So she couldn't have her boobs done. But then she learnt not to tell me. You see? Until she was either going down into the operating theatre or after. And I used to go, now what have you done? Why have you done this? And in the book, it explains the cycles. I can almost tell you now when is she going to have something done. And I think it's body dysmorphia. And I also think, like, the tattoos is a form of it. Because at the moment, her body does... I mean, her boobs are ridiculous, if you ask me. But it's for her. But I find, like, as you say, like with tattoos, it's the same sort of thing.
She's covering.
In fairness to you, you have tried everything.
Oh, we have,
I mean, you even talked about getting her sectioned at one stage. I mean, what was your thinking there, and how is she now?
Well, my thinking is after the car accident, and when we were told about it, we said she's got to get proper help, not just seeing, like, a psychiatrist, proper hardcore help, because she was in such a state. And we discussed it, and I thought, right, let's section her. And then I went into looking at it a bit, and I thought, I can't do it to her. You just can't.
But she has gone on to seek help from there, and she's kept on top of that. The one thing you can't take away from her is the fact that she is a brilliant mum, and that seems to be the place where she feels most at home in there with the kids. thank you for coming in.
That's fine, thank you.
Thank you for writing this, the last
Yeah,
word.
you've got to read it.
There it is, Amy Price.
Yes.
Many, many stories. We've literally only scratched the surface here with what we've talked about, but you stay well, OK?
I'll try my hardest.
Yeah.
And good luck with your recovery.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Keep fighting. Keep fighting
I
the good fight.
I do.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Oh, hooked already, right? Ahead of the first episode tonight on Channel 5, Ross Kemp joins us now. It's always lovely to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Lovely to see you guys as well.
So I'm going to attempt to set the scene here, but I need you to probably help me a little bit because it starts tonight, continues on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and it centres around this girl called Hannah. So she finds herself embroiled on the hunt for a killer. She works in a CCTV control centre, and what does she see or thinks she's seen?
Well, it starts a year before that where she witnesses something and goes very, very wrong for one of her friends. And then the same thing happens a year later when she's actually working in the monitoring part of the CCTV place. And that causes her to start an investigation. And that's where I come in because I'm the kind of old, seen it all, done it all, slightly kind of possibly corrupt police officer.
It's not that helpful to begin with.
He's very unhelpful, and in fact, you're not sure. And the way I played it, because I haven't acted in a long time, was that I played it that I didn't actually know whether I was good or bad up until the last episode.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, just like, honestly, literally looked at the lines, learnt them, forgot them, remembered them, and gone. Today I'm going to play it like I'm a good guy, and I may play half of the day like I'm a bad guy. And I loved it. Do you know what? I love being back on set. I got on really well. Hopefully, I got on very well with the cast. I love working with them. And it's very different from what I've been doing for the last 15 years.
Yes.
It's 15 years since you last acted.
Well, my wife might say different to that, but my kids might.
And she's probably right, you know.
Yeah, yes, true. But, well, maybe more than that.
Was that a conscious thing to stop acting and go down a different route? Or...
Just like I'm a freelancer, so you go where the work is, don't you? So, you start getting known for something and more of that stuff comes in, hopefully. But, I love being back on set.
Nerve-wracking.
Very nerve-wracking, in a very different way from doing what I normally do.
Yeah.
You know, walking on set normally for me is getting in a car, starting it, looking at my cameraman, nodding to him, all of us with coffee in a vehicle in some strange part of the world, with the sound man Dave behind me, and that's it. Well, hopefully a director.
Yeah.
And you walk on set, there's 80 and 90, there was 200 people at one point. I was trying to work out what everybody did. So there's a different pressure.
Different world.
Different world.
Your dad was a police detective,
He was,
wasn't he?
for 30 years in the Metropolitan Police.
30 years. And he said something to you about the relationship between police and the public that you used for this, that you found helpful.
You know, we all know at the moment that many constabularies are in special measures. I think the police are rightly being scrutinised at the moment because of the actions of a few. But my dad always said this, the police recruits from the public. So if you recruit from the public, you're going to get a rainbow of different types of people, but ultimately, the police have to abide by the law, and no one is above the law, particularly the police, and that was my dad's view.
Yeah, which is the...
He sounds like a good man.
View,
Sounds like he's a good man. Talk to me about your acting. Have you changed as an actor over those 15 years away from it?
You change as a person, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I hadn't gone... Last time I started acting, I really hadn't been to Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, El Salvador, wherever. Hopefully, I haven't forgotten how to do it. I did train 3 years a long time ago at drama school.
When it gets to a dramatic bit, do you still hear the duff, 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 duff?
Duff, duffs.
I wouldn't be able to switch it off.
Duff duffs, is that what you call them on the show?
Duff duffs. I call them duff duffs. Some other people, there's another name for them. But yeah, you know what? You used to count how many duff duffs you got a year.
Yes.
You wanted to be the duff duff champion.
You were like, I won this year. I got the vote.
I think I won it. Oh, I love it.
There you go. You can add that one to the list.
Give us your best duff duff. Give us your best duff duff.
Look,
go on,
it's camera.
OK, go. Have you got a duff duff?
No, I don't.
Come on, do a duff duff.
Give us a duff duff.
Oh, yeah, you're in.
Oh.
That was a slightly panicked
All right,
duff duff.
OK, you ready?
Go, go, go.
Oh, you're going to turn in. What was that?
I mean, you'd come back next week for that, wouldn't
I would.
I think we need to work
Good.
on that somewhat.
I'm glad we did that.
With the documentaries, and I know that you say that it was accidental and you fell into it. You did fall into it about 130 times. You've made many.
That's a lot falling in, isn't it?
It is a lot falling in. I often watch you on it and I think, no one's this brave. Like, the acting must help when you're in that situation. Do you sort of almost play a role?
Well,
I don't know.
One of the things that my dad used to do, where you could never really lie to him, was that he'd leave the gap.
You'd what?
Like that, leave a gap. So
I see.
you filled it.
To draw it.
You
I
just
did.
filled it,
I
didn't
fell
you?
into that gap.
You see, and that's what coppers do quite a lot. They leave a gap for you to fill.
Yeah.
When you're filling that gap, you're giving information. And I sometimes use that when I'm interviewing people, particularly, you know, gangsters and interesting people. Also, when I'm interviewing police officers sometimes. Sometimes it's very difficult to tell the difference in certain parts of the world. So, I use some of the kind of tactics that my dad did. I made a programme about armed policing in the West Midlands before lockdown, and I met a police officer there, a detective called Al, and he knows he's watching. His mum's definitely watching, as is mine. I rang him up quite a lot when I was researching Tony and working out how Tony would behave and what was the right procedure, particularly with radios, and when you arrest people and how you proceed when you're following someone and don't want to be found.
To make it as real as possible.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point. One time, I'm actually making a documentary, and it's very real. Going back to acting was trying to make something that is false, very
Look as real as possible.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, as to answer your question, a long way around about it, but I'm hoping that after 15 years, I've improved.
Yeah.
Like a fine wine.
Well, we'll find out tonight.
And maybe I haven't. Maybe I'll just be a wet cup of tea.
Go on, sorry.
There's this one story I really want to hear about, though, because obviously you've had some amazing adventures and terrifying adventures, too. But the situation in Somalia is just... Have you heard this story? It's just such a great story. Tell us what happened.
Went to Somalia. Well, actually, I flew into Djibouti, got a boat around into Somalia, because it's quite a dangerous place, at the time it was, to meet a Somalian pirate. Met the pirate, but my translator had been chewing cat all day, which is a stimulant, and bear in mind, it was 8 o'clock in the morning he started chewing it, and we got to the interview about 11 o'clock. It was still quite hot on this beach. Interview the pirate, asking about how he steals ships, get all the answers back, get back into the edit, and he's talking about his holidays, where he takes his camels for his holidays, how much money he's got and how many wives he's got. So guess where I was 2 weeks later?
You had to go back.
Back on a flight to Djibouti.
With a different translator,
With
I
a
hope.
very different
I
translator
bet.
and no cat.
Unbelievably, and again, your career is taking you to some incredible, very dangerous, but amazing places. A place you did get invited to go, because you were considering making a documentary to mark the 110th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic, and you were actually invited to go on the Ocean Gate submersible.
I was, yeah.
So watching what we now know has happened over the last couple of weeks, it must have been a quite strange experience for you.
I just think, at any one time, there are different documentaries that one could be making, and that is true. I was invited, and we had dialogue with the company in order for me to go down, actually, this summer. But it was decided by other people, not me, that it wasn't the right thing to do. But,
Did you want to do it?
Of course I was going to do it.
Yeah.
I love diving. I'm an HSC qualified diver, and I'm fascinated by the sea, and I'm fascinated by wrecks. However, right now, all you care about are the families.
Yeah.
Did they see something in it that they just...
It wasn't, honestly,
no, there was nothing.
It wasn't my decision. I'm not... I'm not expert enough to know whether that was the right sub or not.
So the series starts tonight. You've also got Bridge of Lies, which I think is returning for a third series later on in the year.
Mixing it up a bit.
You are mixing it up, but not giving up on the documentary stuff. When the right thing comes, you'll be off doing...
I will.
Doing
Certainly,
bits and
I love
bobs.
it. I enjoy it.
And he used to play rugby for Saracens, which I didn't know. We were sharing stories.
Very long time ago, yeah.
I was doing the holiday programme, and we were doing these TV shows. You play matches, and guys be thumping you in the face, and you go...
Because they knew you had to...
because they wanted to see the black eye on telly. Did you get that?
Score points against Grant Mitchell.
Oh, no.
Yes.
You must have been a real target.
Yeah, well, actually, they used to I used to get makeup early on a Monday morning to cover up the lines.
on the
Yeah,
hair.
scratches, yeah.
Well, listen, thank you for coming in. Blind Spot starts tonight on Channel 5 at 9 p.m. and it's on for the next 4 nights as well. Thank you.
Great to see you. Very nice chatting.
Right.
never see you
No
anymore.
talking.
Come out the door, it's like you've gone away.
I love it so much. I love it because it's just loveliness.
Shall we just cancel the show and watch Frozen?
I could do it. Like a couple of duvets, bring the wine and crisps back out. Let's do this.
Do it.
Look, Frozen Fever has taken over the studio because the actual Elsa is on the sofa. Hollywood superstar Idina Menzel is with us. It's so good to see you.
So good to see you. You probably just traumatized a lot of young kids that say, who's that 50-year-old woman? Says she's Elsa.
Listen, you are Elsa, and also the moment that you start speaking, it's like...
It sounds like
it's
me.
Elsa's
I usually
here.
make them close their eyes if they're freaked out, and they say, that's not
doing
Elsa,
that now.
Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I sing in their ear, and then they
Oh,
go,
my...
Oh, that's weird. I like it. Say other stuff.
You've had a lovely time. We saw you at Wimbledon yesterday. You had a great time, but at the weekend you were at Pride and you were headlining the event. I mean,
I was so honored
was it
to be
amazing?
there. It's been amazing. I lived here for 6 months when I did Wicked.
Yeah.
So I've made some of the closest friends, and just anytime I can come back here.
Look at you go.
Oh, yeah, look at me moonwalking.
That's
See?
the coolest thing.
I know. I'm not really a dancer, but I know how to moonwalk. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, you do it very well.
Thank you.
I hadn't realised that Let It Go has become quite the anthem as well.
Yes, yes, it has. You mean for the LGBTQ
Yes, the LGBTQ
plus community?
community,
Yes.
yeah.
So being there the other day was just at Trafalgar Square. Did I say it right? Trafalgar.
Trafalgar Square, yeah.
It was thousands and thousands of people, and there was so much love, and it was just incredible. For me, it's just so nice to sort of be able to give back and express my gratitude to the queer community who've accepted me and embraced me all these years.
I mean, so much so that the album, really, the whole inspiration for that. In fact, it's, I think, fair enough to say, a bit of a love letter to the community, isn't it?
I think so. I played at 1 a.m. at a club the other night, Heaven, it's called.
Oh, yeah.
And
Under the Arches.
And
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I actually, every time I come back to London, even for Frozen 2 press, not to go to GAY for that, but I was later at night, I did the press junket for Frozen, Disney, little kids, and then at 1 a.m.
Balance, it's all about balance.
And I have the greatest time performing for everybody. The energy is electric, and so I thought, what kind of music do I want to make next for my album? I wanted it to be something I could bring back to the clubs. So it was dance, it was disco. That kind of music really helps. It's a great foundation for big voices,
Yeah.
you know, like Barbra Streisand had one, and
Yes.
Cher, and Donna Summer, and so...
Yeah, all the greats.
Yeah.
Did you sing Let It Go in Heaven as a surprise? Did you just rock up on stage and sing?
I do it.
Tell me what happened, because the place was to go.
Yeah, they love it. I mean, I don't have to really sing it. I just kind of hold the mic out and everybody sings along.
I bet it's
and
amazing.
It's the greatest feeling ever.
The new track, Move, which is what has been inspired by these nights that you're telling us about now. Let's have a little listen, shall we?
She's got in with a new crowd.
You know what? Kids always know the sound of my voice. So people will tell me that they're in the car listening to Let It Go, and then they'll put something like that on, and then the kids will be like, oh, is that Elsa
It's
singing,
Elsa.
Mommy?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not
So that's the
brilliant.
biggest compliment to me.
The album, you also worked with Nile Rodgers, which must have been incredible.
Well, when I wanted to make this kind of music, I said, look, I think it's a really organic transition for someone like me, but what do you think? And I went to Nile, who's a friend of mine, and he did Diana Ross's album, Coming Out, all that stuff. He's like the godfather of disco, and he said, of course, you should do it. It's great music for really big, dramatic voices, which is why I call it Drama Queen. One of the reasons I call it.
Nile Rodgers is referenced by so many artists, isn't he?
Right? Yes.
He's the artist.
And he's having a renaissance as well. Now this young generation has discovered him, and they want him to play on everything with him.
So with the album, because, I mean, you've got so many roles and characters that people know you from. You know, you've got Maureen in Rent, you've got, obviously, Elphaba in Wicked, Elsa that we've been talking about a lot today. When you do your own album and you are you, is that more nerve-wracking? How does it feel?
I feel like I always have to be me and reveal myself, be vulnerable in whatever I'm doing, even if I have green makeup on, because that's what we do as artists. You know, we have to be authentic and be willing to take a risk and let people sort of see into our soul, no matter what. It's always you underneath. So it's always terrifying.
Yeah, it's always scary. And actually, with Elsa, that was quite true because you had a similarity there because growing up, you had to keep your voice in.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to.
I mean, I think we all feel that way. Even if we're not singers, we're all trying to figure out, especially as women, how big our voices can be, how much space that we can take up, you know, in life. And when we realize, you know, how to sort of harness that power we have and how powerful and ferocious it can be in a beautiful way, that's when we sort of feel
good stuff happens.
Yes, exactly. Liberated.
Talk to us.
Yes.
Frozen 3.
Yes. That's
It's
all
happening.
I can. It's happening. I was told. I mean, you know, nothing's been signed, but I'm very excited if it is happening. I swear to you, I'm not being.
You haven't seen a script?
Elusive. I haven't seen a script.
All right, well, let's talk about then. But then you can talk about this without
But if
getting
I
into
had,
any
I'd probably
trouble.
have to kill you.
No, I know.
That's all right. As long as you sing to me while you kill me, I'm OK. I'll roll with it. Let it go. It's fine. Do what you want.
But where would we want to find her? Like, what?
Where would we want?
Because people have talked. I mean, you find there's the groups online that discuss this all day long. Some people have said that they would like her to have a relationship, maybe a potential lover.
Well,
this
what's
time.
always been so beautiful about Frozen is that the relationship of sisterhood has been celebrated and family, and it's not been about princess, queen, you know, damsel in distress finding the prince coming in to save the day.
Yeah.
But I think in Frozen 3 it would be nice if she found a partner in life.
I think so.
There's been a call for her to find a princess and not a prince.
Yes, or, you know, whatever in between. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
But I'm not the writer, and I just want to do Frozen 3.
Yeah, I want you to do
Do you know what's fabulous about this whole thing is that you are as enthusiastic about Frozen as we are. You know, a lot of people, they do a movie that's so huge and they're known for it, and they go, well, actually, I do other things too. You celebrate Elsa still, don't you?
Of course I celebrate her, I mean, she's a great reminder, as we just were talking about, like, embracing our power and our individuality as people. And because I get to, it resonates with young people when I'm on stage and I see a sea of blue dresses and a bunch of 50, 60-year-old LGBTQ people all in one big demographic in the audience. I look out and I feel so lucky. Plus, I have to remind myself when I get to sing the song every day, I'm reminded, Adina, get out of bed. It's you know, you can't always let it go or defy gravity. Sometimes it's hard, you know, and so it's a reminder for me to, like, get my act together, you know.
Her character changed, didn't it? Because to begin with, she wasn't going to be the good guy.
Right.
They were thinking about making
She
her...
was sort of the archetypal nemesis of Disney, sort of more evil and then they wrote that song, which made them, the composers, Chris and Bobby Lopez, wrote that song, and it made them feel, it made everything feel a little bit more complicated. You sort of had this different emotional connection. And you realize, oh, let's tell the story of why somebody is the way they are. Why are they wounded? What are they afraid of? Why does it make people lash out?
I love that they allowed themselves to make those changes and
Yes,
go with
they
that
do.
rather than sticking to what they originally thought.
Did you know straight away when you heard Let It Go? Did you go, this is going to be huge?
No, but I'm not, you know, no. I just knew I was excited to be in a Disney movie singing, you know. That was a milestone enough for me.
You did change the octave, is that right?
No, not the octave. I changed a step, which is a big difference.
Oh, OK. I'm not very musical.
No, sorry.
You don't know what that means.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound condescending.
No, that's fine.
No, because an octave would have been 8 notes high. But,
Holly, stupid question.
No, it's just like, but it's a big difference when you're up there to move it up there a little bit more. But I think because ever so slightly, I can go from sounding like I had a cigarette one day to all of a sudden sounding like a 13-year-old girl. So depending on where you put the song, I can sing more up here. I sound a little bit more innocent, don't I? Than the way I've been
Can you do a Tom Waits version of it?
Exactly. Well, that'll be in Las Vegas when I'm 85 and I don't have the notes. And I'm just saying, let it go, baby. You know what I mean?
Give me another drink.
Give me another drink.
Version.
So I know for a fact that when you're alone in the house and it comes on, you sing along.
Oh, without
I definitely
doubt.
do. Do you still sing along with Let It Go?
No, I mean, no.
At home, when do you?
No, well, also my son, he's 13. We were talking about, you know, our teenagers. No, he doesn't really want little to do with mommy singing as much as possible.
No, don't tell me
He loves me, he's proud of me, but if I sing in the house, it's like, Mom, not now. You know, if he's on the phone with his friends, it's embarrassing.
Parents are just uncool, aren't they? Whoever their parents are.
I want him to see that I'm cool.
He'll come
Why
round.
is it so important to me to be cool to my son?
And the more you try, the worse it is.
The worse it is.
When he gets to 16.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
I know.
You'd be saying let it go a lot. A lot.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you
It's
for
really
having
lovely,
me.
really
It's
lovely
great
to
to
have
meet
you
you.
here. The new album, Drama Queen, comes out on August the 18th, and the single Move and Dramatic are out now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Great talking
you.
to you. Thank you.
Now, last year, Olivia Attwood's hit show Getting Filthy Rich investigated how people sell sex for money, from subscription sites like OnlyFans to women who date older men in exchange for gifts for cash.
And Olivia's back for a second series. So before we speak to her, let's have a quick peek at what's in store.
Why do men that pay for female company, apart from you now, not want to talk about it?
Because the way the media portrays it as like a dark thing where you have this big, ugly, fat guy that's a banker. He just doesn't look like he's going to take care of her, and that's the image that people have of this kind of world. And I'm here to let you know that, listen, there's extraordinarily good-looking men like myself that...
And humble.
I'm actually very humble. But, like, yeah, like, that just actually have a different approach to this... I won't call it a game, but to this movement, to this lifestyle, yeah.
How would it work then? Do you give them cash?
So I
PayPal?
wouldn't tell you how much I would give you.
Okay.
But, you know, I'll do something like this. Here's an easy £5,000. That's for you. For your troubles.
For your troubles. OK, Olivia joins us now. Good morning. It's really lovely to see you,
Hi,
as
guys.
always. The first series was huge. I mean, it was really successful, so obviously they were going to bring you back. Why this subject? Why do you think we all have a bit of a fascination with this subject?
I think it's a subject that has been explored a lot, but not in the way we did it. And I think, you know, obviously I was here about a year ago chatting about Series 1, and, you know, we were apprehensive of how it's going to be received, and the fact that people loved it the way they did and they got so obsessed with it was surprising, but obviously was a joy to us because we were proud of what we'd made. But it's looking at quite a serious subject in a balanced way, but with a bit of humour, and not with that. Sometimes I think these subjects can come with a bit of, you know, they can have condescending air to it, bit judgy, and it's not that, but it's also, you know, giving a balanced view of this world, because it's not all, you know, money and fun and games. There's a serious side to this stuff as well.
That's why that clip is such a good example, because it is just a conversation. You're not judging him.
Yeah.
But how did you get people like him to speak so openly and publicly?
Do you know what? It was harder to get the guys to talk to us always, through Series 1 and through this second series. It was a lot easier to talk to the girls who are actually providing the services than actually the customers. So that guy, their kid, he luckily was very different to the average. He was very confident, unapologetic. And look, when people watch this whole episode and they watch my whole interview with him, it's definitely a split opinion, which I think is a good thing, but also had to give a bit of respect for him being so open about it, you know? As long as it's two consenting adults, that's kind of on them, and he's very unashamed of his lifestyle.
There's a lot of money to be made. I think that was sort of my take-home from the first series. I was like, wow.
Yes. I mean, even going into the second series, it still shocked me. And it shocked me, you'll see in, I think, probably in Girlfriend Experience episode.
Yeah, what is that? Because I would have thought Girlfriend Experience sounds like something relatively normal. That's what people have, boyfriend and girlfriend. This is very different to that.
It is, and it evolves in, like, different kind of formats. You have, like, people that provide the service, like, physically, you know, one-on-one. Some of the girls making the most money don't even meet up with these guys. It's on the phones. They're, like, texting 24 hours a day as if it's, like, they're your girlfriend.
So it's an
like,
emotional
good morning,
thing.
how was work? And the money they're making doing it is, yes, emotional. It's kind of like, you know, intimacy that people crave, I guess, but over online.
God,
it's quite an intimidating space for a female to kind of go into, isn't it? How did you deal with all that?
I think the way I deal with most things... And
Have you met Olivia?
I'm learning.
She ain't a shrinking violet.
Just with a very open mind. And I think being someone that was always very interested in this area, I'm always interested in subjects around money and the way people are earning money. And just, I don't come from that background, I don't have any experience in that world myself, so it's a completely balanced view. I come in open, do you know what I mean? Open mind to all areas.
I mean, you say you had no experience of it, but you are quite immersive in this world. I mean, the last series, you got yourself an OnlyFans site and you were answering the phone. This time, you've gone one step further, I think. What are you doing this time?
I'm immersive all the way through the series, but I think the episode that I delve the deepest in is the strippers episode. And I actually go to work at a club for the night, and the woman that runs the club, she treats me like all the other girls. She gets me in the change room, checks my hair, my makeup, how I look, sends me out onto the floor.
Were you not terrified?
Terrified. And I actually think, from coming from a modelling background, I've done like a bit of bikini pageants, all that stuff, I was thinking, OK, it'll be all right. But actually, it's so intimidating. Being in that setup with men looking at you, and the whole thing is like, you know, you being sexy, and I was like, I was really scared. I so nearly blacked out.
Did it change the way your opinion of the women who do that, who have that as their career?
100%, because I think one of the questions I always come back to as a backbone of these films is this an easy way to make money? Because that's the thing you hear people say, oh, it's a get out, you know, it's an easy way. And I think when you put yourself right in their shoes for a night, you're like, I couldn't do this like a night out.
And how do you feel? Because that clip there showed the guy handing over the $5,000 like it was carefree, and the chances are, you know, she's going to have someone managing her. They'll take a load of that. She might be, you know, you just don't know the circumstances, and often they're very, very tragic.
Yeah.
I guess in a strip club, it's a very different scene. What's your kind of, what's your take on the men that were in the room that night and the men you've met over the course of the series?
The strip club industry as a whole is quite an interesting one. There's a lot I learned, obviously, making this film, as you'll see. And there is a lot of money exchanging hands. And like you said, the girls, when they go to the club, they have to pay a house fee often. They might have to give percentages of what they earn. So sometimes girls can leave clubs, like, minus, which to me is a big problem. I speak to a lot of dancers about that, and it's a big concern. But then because of sort of feminist actions or people or councils that are against strip clubs, they don't have anywhere they can go to be like, hey, we're not being treated correctly or paid fairly, because no one's willing to stick up for them. So I think films like this are really important to discuss that in a
highlight it.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's fair to say there are a lot of women who work in this industry that, you know, are very empowered by it, 100%. And that, you know, this is absolutely a career choice and it's what's right for them. Something else you said in this one was, and we all know how important it is to be aware of what our children are looking at online, but particularly with TikTok, you were saying that actually what children can access on there is quite shocking.
So we did this episode all about TikTok, and we were looking at how basically sex workers use TikTok as their primary promotion platform and marketing of themselves. Obviously, as you'll see in the episode, they have to, you know, be very careful to create content that can slip between all the sort of guidelines. But I think it was a highlight, and it'll be a highlight to parents who watch the show, that, you know, I think TikTok is sometimes advertised as like a kids platform. It's really not. Like, there's a lot of adult content on there, and I think it's down to the platform and then, you know, parents to look at what their kids are looking at, because it is in there, you know, and I think the algorithm will throw up different things depending on what you're searching for. But there is adult content there if you want to find it.
That's the problem. You can monitor where they start. You can't monitor where they finish up.
It's really, really tricky.
Can we finish up on a lovely, happy note?
Yes.
You got married in June.
Congratulations.
Bradley, congratulations. How was it all?
It's very fun. It was very full on.
Look at you.
And we did film that all for another series that's coming out in August.
And the stag and hen do.
And we filmed everything for Olivia Marries Her Match, which will be on screens in August. So.
Well, listen, it's good to see you so happy. Congratulations on this. Series 2 of Getting Filthy Rich is exclusively on ITVX. Thank you.
Thanks,
Good luck with it. Thanks so much.
But first, she's the ballroom champion and Strictly head judge, known for her glamour on and off the dance
Yeah,
floor.
but now Shirley Ballas is swapping the patin double for a parachute as she embarks on a series of daredevil stunts, all in aid of a very good cause. Good morning, Shirley.
Dermot, you look a little... you shocked I'm going to do it?
It's not I'm shocked you're going to do it, but I'm full of admiration that you are going to do it, because it's a skiathlon.
Skiathlon.
A word I didn't know existed until today. And it's 3 skybound challenges. So the world's fastest zip line,
120 miles an hour.
Oh, wow. A wing walk and a 15,000 feet skydive. I mean, that is very impressive. The wing walk would terror... Out of all 3, the wing walk's the thing I think I'd be most nervous about.
Well, to be quite honest, the whole thing terrifies me. I'm frightened of heights, but it's a challenge that I felt in my heart that I needed to do for calm.
Well, let's talk about that.
I didn't want to just bake a cake, you know, Dermot.
Yeah, so what was it about... why these challenges, and explain your relationship with calm?
Well, I'm a calm ambassador, and as many people know, I lost my brother to suicide 20 years ago, and recently, as 2 weeks ago, I lost a student, aged 38, also to suicide. So I just thought to myself, what could I do that would get people's attention so that I could draw attention to a fantastic place where people could go? So I decided, along with Calm, that I would do these challenges to collect as much money as we possibly could.
Shirley, have you ever done anything like this in your life before?
I'm most happiest, Alison, when I have my cha-cha shoes on a dance floor. So I'm not going to... I am very apprehensive about the whole thing, but you know what? I will do it for everybody out there who's lost a loved one, who's got somebody who's living miserably.
So how much are you hoping to kind of raise for this? Because obviously you've elevated your challenge, so I'm hoping you're going to raise a lot of funds for this. How much are you hoping to raise?
Well, I would like to think in excess of 200,000, but maybe there's people out there that are going to be very generous, but every penny counts.
Yeah.
So I would be happy with any amount that people could donate for this fantastic cause.
It is amazing.
Incredible. Tell us a little bit about Calm, the campaign against living miserably.
Well, it's a campaign against living miserably.
Acronym, but they don't really know too much about it. So what is it?
Well, it's a suicide prevention charity. What I love about it is a helpline and a web chat from 5 p.m. to midnight, 365 days of the year. Wow. You can go on there, you can chat, it's anonymous, you don't have to give your name if you don't want to, and you can give your name if you want to, and it's an intervention charity, so they're there to hopefully help you have a brighter day.
Right.
And, you know, there is 125 suicides a week, 75% of them are men. I mean, it's just growing. We had COVID, we had the cost of living crisis, and it's just increasing and increasing. Every 59 seconds, they get a phone call, you know, having to help somebody. So I just want to, you know, particularly now I've lost another friend, many friends actually, but just recently. So I thought, you know, I'm going to put myself out there to do this for Calm, the campaign against living miserably.
Great. I love the fact that you're doing this, and obviously these challenges are massive challenges. What does your mum think? Because I know your mum is very vocal and she's always got something to say. Does she even know about this? Is this the first time she knows about this yet?
Well, you know, my mum lives with me and we both still suffer the loss of my brother. So when I told her, she said, I'm not speaking to you, and off she trolleyed to her room, and I explained to her what it was for, but she won't come with me. She said, I won't watch my only daughter go up all that way. She's nervous, you know, she says something could go wrong, may go wrong.
It is a big thing. She's lost one child.
Yeah.
To lose another one, I know that's not going to happen because they are very good at things like this. The safety...
I love the hole you're in right now.
So encouraging,
like,
really.
Okay.
You're going to be fine. The safety thing, like, I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't do it.
Have you done anything like this before?
I've done a zip line in Jamaica once, and I thought it was good.
Was that quite terrifying?
It was awful. I also did...
Well, let's give her a pep talk.
Yeah, it was awful. I actually did put
love.
in my head that the cable was breaking, and I really did think I was going to die. And then when I got on the floor, I cried my eyes out in relief. But I'm sure you'll be fine, Shirley.
Do I need my big girl panties in case I wet myself?
Yeah,
I might need those.
A few
Shirley, when is this happening? And can we watch the...
8th of August, so I will be doing the first challenge.
Can we come and watch?
Please, please. The first one is the 8th of August, and that's the zip line.
Yeah.
And then 8th, 9th, 10th of August will then be the wing walk. And then the 12th of August will be jumping out of an aeroplane, 15,000 feet, free falling for 2,000 feet, when I just don't even like flying. So I
I would love everybody to come along, but more so if everybody could donate just a little bit. You know, go to my Instagram page, press the link, and it'll take you straight to the Skyathlon challenge.
Now, this isn't the only adventurous thing you're doing. You're just talked about your mother, and you're going to essentially you want to embark on some travels with your mother, don't you? Even though she's 85.
Well, she's 86 actually. So my mother is the funniest person. I mean, we watch Gogglebox together. She is Gogglebox just all on her own, and
she should do it.
Well, she just says it as it is. She has zero filter.
Yeah.
And you know,
maybe she shouldn't do it.
Lots of shows on TVs, mostly men and sons and things like that. So I thought it would be nice to have a mother and daughter that travels the country, that, you know, does different challenges. A bit like 50 Ways to Kill Your Mammy. That was a show one time.
Show, wasn't it?
And I thought, not that I want to kill your mammy, but anyway. Yes, I would love to do something travelling with her.
And talking of challenges, there's a big challenge ahead. You're going to be a grandmother.
Yay!
It's very exciting.
I've just got my name. It's going to be Nanny Sparkle. So, you know...
Nanny Sparkle?
Nanny Sparkle.
I love it.
I know Mark and BC have really, really wanted a baby for a while, and this is just absolutely ecstatic for all the family. So my mother, a great-grandmother. How fantastic is that?
It's absolutely wonderful. You don't look like a granny, does she? You don't look like a nanny.
Thank you.
You look beautiful. Well, listen, we're really excited about this. Shirley's Skyathon for Calm is set for the 8th to the 12th of August. Yeah. We're going to go, aren't we? Are we?
And then we watch behind with gritted teeth behind our hands.
And don't forget to go to thecalmzone.net/Skyathlon.
Shirley, thank you.
Thank you very much.
After 16 years as a ballerina, in 2019, she retired from the American Ballet Theatre, which left Melanie Hamrick on the hunt of what to do next.
So, deciding to put pen to paper, she's written her debut novel, published by none other than Saucy Mills and Boom. First Position is inspired by Melanie's time in ballet, and she's going to tell us all about it. But this is the book. I love the cover.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm drawn to it straight away. Fantastic.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you. I love the cover too.
Yeah, it's great. It really is.
So let's explain a little bit about what it's about, because you have got Sylvie, isn't it? And we're following her as she's sort of falling into a relationship with dancer Alessandra.
Yes.
Yeah, so just describe what the situation is there.
Well, when we meet Sylvie, she's a young woman, and when she entered the ballet world, she was this up-and-coming rising star, and then unfortunately a scandal kind of derailed her. And then this handsome Italian man comes in, and not to say that she wanted to become better for a man, but it kind of gave her that spark. It helped. It helped. She wanted to go. She wanted to go back into the studio. You know?
Okay, got you.
And you root for her because you see her when she's young in flashbacks and how much she wanted and how she devoted her life to it. Mm-hmm. So without giving away the ending, you hope she finds her path again.
I mean, they say write what you know about. I'm talking about the ballet side.
Yes.
So tell us about your background in dance.
I started at a very young age, at 6 or 7, and I wanted to be a ballerina. That was it. I think I did a school talent show, and I was the swan, and I was like, I'm going to ballet school. I went to a boarding school for ballet where they train you with about 30 other kids.
Wow.
I spent 5 years there, and then thankfully I got a job in the ballet.
Yeah,
after.
I mean, it's a real dedication and a commitment. But so the book also, obviously, you know, you get this real insight into the world of ballet, which is one thing, but you also get a real insight into her sexual appetite, which is quite rapid. I mean, there are threesomes, there are sex in the theatre stalls, and this is no way a memoir. Is quite important to say that straight away.
I was telling everyone, I wish I had more fun as a dancer. I wish I had these experiences. But being in the world for so long, you hear stories, you're on tour, you talking to other companies and dancers, and it's loosely based on some truths backstage.
So is it quite like that in the world of ballet? Because I imagine, you know, you only have to watch any of the sort of dancing shows, and it seems like the moment you get two bodies close to one another, the chemistry seems to ignite.
It does, and you're spending all day rehearsing with these people in what is essentially a swimsuit. You definitely have, and they're young. You start when you're 18, and then you're 20s. You want to have fun. You want to have a good time. So there is some fun in the stalls or the dressing room, and
the great thing that I had fun doing is I got to exaggerate it and make it more wild and believable. But there is a little underlying truth to the authenticity of the book.
Okay. So 2 things. This book is now definitely coming home with me. Holly? Okay.
That's fine, I'll order my own.
But also writing the racier scenes, and of course, Sir Mick Jagger, your partner, the love of your life.
Yes.
I mean, I'm wondering, as he looked over your shoulder and you were tapping away, how was that?
He was very supportive. I'm so lucky. He really encouraged me to write and get going. And I think I did. If I shocked him, I did a great job. I did what I needed to do. Yeah. And then I think at about a halfway point, I said, "Okay, you've got to. When it comes out, you got to go buy your own copy."
Absolutely.
Wait till it's done.
There's a little reference here, actually. It says, "To my love, thank you for your endless support and inspiration." Smiley face.
A winky face,
actually.
A winky, there's a little wink in there.
I'm guessing that's to Mick, I take it, is it?
I mean, I think he hopes so, but no.
No, leave it sitting there.
Yeah, it's got to be mysterious. I know. I told they're like, "Do you really want to do the emoji in your dedication?" And I said, "Yeah, let's go for it."
Absolutely. When you were writing the sex scenes, you say that it was like choreographing a dance. That's how you kind of made it and did it.
Completely. And it's what I imagine when you have certain paradas like Romeo and Juliet, for instance. I mean, there's a very steamy kisses in that ballet. And you know, I was thinking of those moments, and also when I choreograph and you're having 2 people being physical with each other and trying out different moves. So it was very similar to choreographing. Didn't
Good
feel
way of doing
like
it.
out of it didn't feel completely new.
It's funny when you talk to film stars and they do these sex scenes that are all very steamy, but actually say it's actually not like that when they're filming at all. It's all kind of slowly constructed. I guess writing it's probably the same.
I mean, a bit. I went back and edited, but I felt those scenes were the most fun to write. It's naughty, it's fantasy, so I went for it, and then I would go back a week or 2 later, let it settle, and be like, "Oh, wow.
Now where am I going with
this?" Yeah, like, what did I write?
I'm also liking the idea of writing these bits and then, like, the child in the background looking for food or, like, spilling stuff all over the sofa.
Because your little one's 6,
He is 6, and he did pick up the book the other day. And I was like, I was reading, you know, just a 6-year-old level. And then he started reading, and I was like, put that down.
That is not
That's not for you.
He must be, I was thinking about this, genetically, he must be an incredible dancer, having mixed genetics and yours as well. Has he got some good
He definitely does. I feel we both learn from, when you're young, you have that no fear, you just go for it. So I love watching him dance. I think we both do, because that's a great move.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you. And then when I try to teach him, he's like, Mom, no.
I've got this. I've got this.
Feel it, Mama.
You can see Mick doing ballet, actually, because he has that fantastic physique, doesn't he? And he's kind of the poise, and he's quite elegant looking, isn't he, you know?
I think he's taken a few classes.
That's right. Something that was interesting about the book is that you were able to reflect on your experience as a mother and also being pregnant, because the world of ballet, it's not a particularly understanding place for that, was it? I mean, you were one of the lucky ones. I think you were one of the very few, actually, that embarked on motherhood while still having a career.
At the time, there was only one other mother in a company of 80.
I mean, that's crazy,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it was difficult. It changed my whole outlook, and my priorities changed, and my body changed, which was so alien to me. And then getting back.
Well, you went back after four weeks, I think.
And I tried to take a ballet class after 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I left early. I was like, what was I thinking? And then I went back quite soon.
And do you think that'll ever change? I mean, is it just one of those industries that can't because of the physicality? I mean, is that the reason why it doesn't, or do you think there's room for that to change and evolve?
I think it's changing a bit. I think they're more understanding and giving people time. But again, it's such a young career, and you're always aware there's someone younger and fresher and better. So you put that pressure on yourself. I think now the time is more 6 months people wait, 8 months even. But if you wait too long, then you're too out of practice.
Yeah.
Every day off is like 3 days of training, in a sense.
Yeah.
It's quite an active conversation in sport, actually, in this country, and a lot of female rugby players now, in their contracts, they're saying, yeah, you want to go have a baby, that's fine, and you are absolutely welcome back to play for your country afterwards, you know, so it's more consciously thinking ahead, which is really important.
Yeah, of yourself, like, can I get back and be as, I want to deliver what I know I can deliver, but if you take too much time, then you lose time with your baby.
I know,
So
exactly.
you have that hard, it's a hard balance.
Well, I imagine for lots of ballerinas that are going through this at the moment, your story, because you were one of the few that did it, will be a real inspiration. This is the first position. Will there be a second position? Are we going to have a second book?
Yes, there is.
Oh,
I'm not sure if it's going to be called Second Position. I kind of hope so.
Yes.
But it's a spin-off. So it's Jocelyn's tale after this one's complete.
Second position? What? There are two positions?
Well, there's a third and a fourth.
Is there really? I have a lot to learn. You have a lot of supporters. We do have a photograph, though, of your biggest supporter, of course, holding the book here. There he is.
There you go.
He's got both covers in it. The US and the UK cover.
Julie said it's saucy.
Saucy.
It's really lovely to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations
Thank you
on
so
the book.
much.
And it's out now.
And it's mine.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's mine.
Enjoy it.
I will. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks for coming in.
But for all of that, with 7 UK top 10 songs, a brand new European tour and an upcoming third album, Anne-Marie has become a household name.
Yeah, new album features collaborations with the likes of Shania, yeah it does, and Khalid. And a week before its release, she is here now. Good morning.
Good morning.
This morning, welcome to... Come on.
You look amazing.
Oh, I've gone for it. Shania's influenced my life. What can I say?
I mean, if you're in with Shania, you're in with Shania, right? I mean,
she's my best friend now.
she came down to the show. When she came down to the show, one of our researchers wore leopard print, just because everyone was
In
wearing
honour
leopard
of.
print. And she said to her, "Shania, I'm wearing this because you." And Shania just went, "I know."
No.
Real class
She was
act, didn't
really
she?
nice, though, wasn't she? When you were
Lovely.
recording, quite normal.
Lovely, yeah. I was so nervous because obviously it's Shania Twain. I'm like, oh my God, what do I wear? What do I do? And then panicking the whole way. And as soon as I walked in, she was just like, ah! And then I was like, ah! And we were both.
She's
made me feel
disarmingly
amazing.
lovely,
Yeah,
isn't she?
she's
so-
amazing. So
so
talented.
chilled.
Oh,
So let's talk about the new single. So it's called Unhealthy, and this is unhealthy in many, many ways. Sort of relationships, all sorts of things. In fact, it's a bit of the theme of the album, actually.
yeah, the whole album is me, mostly my brain. I'm very unhealthy in my decisions.
I bet you're not. Do you think you really are?
I'm just a bit impulsive.
Right.
So nothing I do is thought about. So
yeah, but that's a gift of youth.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yes.
But
turns out.
But no, this song it turned out to be about relationship, but it started off about food, which is kind of the same thing. But yeah, I just had this image in my head of me just having burgers and chips and pasta and ice cream, and it just all down my chin. And I was like, just can't get this out of my head. And they were like, how do we make this make sense to people? So that was fun.
Turn it into a relationship.
But, you know, it's interesting, like, you know, last time you were doing a promo round, you did a brilliant documentary, I remember, was it on YouTube?
Yeah.
And just, like, talking about mental health and so forth, and your mental health. And I think it was such a brilliant thing for your fans to see. So sort of, you know, just to open up and show that vulnerability.
Yeah.
Are you in a good place right now in terms of where you are with, you know, the releasing an album, going on tour, releasing an album, going on tour? You seem like
Yeah, I just keep touching my hat. I'm like, oh,
when you have that hat, why you have to go like that to affirm everything. But yes,
I feel great. I feel great right now. I think my albums basically show what I'm going through at the time. And I think with Therapy, my last album, it was during lockdown. Everyone was struggling. Yeah. I went to therapy. I figured out lots of things and how to figure out my emotions and all that. And then for the third album, I just wanted to be so free and careless of, you know, anything. And I think that's what this album is. It's just fun.
Yeah, good. And actually, you could see that when you're performing it. I mean, we're lucky enough to watch you in the breaks, kind of rehearsing.
Trying.
No, not trying. Like, properly succeeding. Like, the dance. I mean, you have upped it. I mean, you've always had this brilliant vocal anyway, and to me, it looks like effortless when you sing. But doing that and performing, that's not easy.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite Beyonce yet, but I try it.
Listen, all you need is a wind machine, babes. We're all Beyonce.
No, I just feel like this song makes me want to dance.
Yeah.
So I just had to do it. And I say cowboys and cowgirls, but I say cow people, and it sounds a bit weird.
It's fine.
But
it's fine.
They identify as anything over there. I'm very happy. Yeah.
Thumbs up there from the gang.
What is it like working with Shania? So when you sat down, like, literally what's it like working with Shania? We know she's lovely, but so when you sit down with the guitar or the sketchbook, what happens?
Well, I don't play instruments. I can play a bit of piano and stuff like that. And when people bring out instruments, it makes me feel like I'm just not... I shouldn't be here. But she brought out the guitar and was just, you know, cocked her leg up and was just like going like that. And I was like, oh my God, she's there. You know, like she's there. She's just a brilliant person. I think from childhood, listening to her songs, I think people, when they have something to say, it's so important in music. And with her song, well, most of them, but, you know, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. I think that was most of our soundtrack.
I watched that documentary and there was so much about her that I didn't know. I mean, she's just a complete and utter trailblazer.
Yeah.
Quite inspirational for you, I'd imagine. You went horse riding.
Tried. Yes.
Are you not horse riding? I mean, there was a picture of you looking like quite natural.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yes. I turned up in Nashville and there were 2 horses and I said, am I going on one of those? And they said, no, you'll be on the back of Shania. And I just was like, thank God, because I can't control
Should I give
that.
you, like, a piggyback?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
A horsey back.
A horsey back?
Yeah. It was brilliant. Obviously, we filmed half of the music video in Nashville and then the other half in Kent.
As you do, seamless.
You know.
See, that gets you out the way. Come on.
Keeping it real.
And you've got the tour as well coming up.
Yeah.
Back on the road. You
I know,
must be excited.
finally. I think I'm just most excited because obviously after my last album, it was still kind of lockdown place and it took me ages to get out and perform it. But now it's like finally all gone and performing at the O2 in London.
Amazing.
And just everywhere around UK and Europe. So I'm just, really excited.
We know, listen, I know you are hard as nails. Like, we know that you can look after yourself. But did you chip your tooth and then just carry on? What can you tell us?
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that don't happen today because we are
Don't jinx
dancing. But last time dancing happened with me on stage, I was performing with Will Hurd in New York.
Yeah.
And he has crazy dance moves, like literally does all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he just went like that and smacked the mic in my tooth. And I was like, my tooth's come out. And then I just basically I ran upstairs, looked in the mirror, spat it out and said, I look kind of cool, and then walked back on and just carried on.
on.
Yeah, because I always thought my face was a bit boring. So when I had the chipped tooth, I was like,
I've got a thing.
I like
This is
it.
my
I
thing.
didn't get it fixed for like 2 years.
That doesn't happen here today.
No, I hope not, but...
Absolutely not. We're going to let you do some singing now, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Let's go.
Anne-Marie will be kicking off her European tour in November this year, which will include a very special gig at the O2 in London. Unbelievable.
Cowgirls, cowboys,
At the
assemble.
ready.
She is... The new album, Unhealthy, is out on the 28th of July. The UK, Ireland and European tour kicks off in November and will include a date at London's O2.
And we were joined by former Towie star James Argent. He opened up to us about his battle with drug addiction and an eating disorder. This led him to be his heaviest weight of 27 stone and believing that at his lowest, he might not survive.
But 3 years later, he's lost an incredible 13 stone. He's been sober for a year and a half and is feeling better than ever.
Yeah.
Look at those little handsome chops. He joins us now. Morning, James.
Yeah, morning.
Well
It's really
done.
nice to be back in a positive way.
In a much better place.
Yeah, a much better place.
Well, you're looking good on it. You feel better than ever, which is brilliant. You're calling it this sort of disordered eating that happened, and it started a long time ago for you, really, didn't it? Something would trigger it, and then this relationship with food was a bit of a coping mechanism.
Yeah,
really.
definitely. I always acted out on food, whether it be just kind of for comfort or like when I was dealing with certain feelings, I would go towards food.
Sure.
And I had a really bad relationship, probably going from when I was a child, actually. I was forever up and down. I was either kind of exercising, like, 3 times a day and starving myself and being really slim, or I was just doing no exercise at all and I was binge eating, and I never kind of found a happy medium or a balance. Do you know what I mean?
So, I mean, that obviously smacks of an addictive personality, doesn't
Exactly.
it? So where did your addiction first manifest itself? Where did you start? Was it food, or when you got older, was it drink?
I think it was both. I mean, the first time I ever went to rehab, actually, I went there for drink and drugs, but within a day they put me in an eating disorder unit. So I kind of...
Because addiction is addiction.
Exactly. It wasn't specific to anything. It's kind of a just a battle all round, really. So I've finally, you know, I've got myself in a position now, like, where I'm, you know, just under 2 years clean and sober.
Right.
And now I have a very, you know, healthy relationship with food and exercise, and I kind of really feel like happy and content. You know, there's been, you know, no scandals for a good while. There's been no drama. Everything's just kind of going smoothly, which is great for me, my friends and my family. Do you know what I mean?
Part of the thing that helped you with your weight loss was the gastric sleeve. So you had that in 2021. I mean, that is... I think people look at that and go, oh, it's just a quick fix. It certainly isn't that. I mean, there is a lot behind that. Then you have to work out sort of the brain-tummy connection as well. The gastric sleeve will do one thing. You'd reached 27 stone. The thing that surprised me this morning is that you said that even now when you're looking at your body, there are still things you see.
Yeah.
There's still bits that you see.
Yeah, like even like I've lost, you know, 13 stone, and when I go back and look at pictures, it's like, oh, like, I don't recognise myself. I'm like, no, surely that wasn't me.
Yeah.
But even like now, like, you never... I don't know, me personally, I still have those kind of... I'm still can be quite body and image conscious. Like, even, like, in certain pictures, I want to be sort of more toned, or there's sort of areas that I still don't like, and you're kind of... I'm never really completely happy, or maybe like people just look for perfection.
Ronnie, welcome to the club.
I was going to say, I think that's a pretty normal feeling. Everybody wants to be body positive.
How's the exercise going?
Yeah, exercise is going good. I've got into my swimming, into boxing, and yeah, I've started playing quite a bit of tennis and paddle tennis. So yeah,
you need to sign up.
Living a healthy lifestyle.
I try and do 2 half marathons a year. I cannot turn up to a half marathon without seeing writing. Mark Wright, every run I ever do.
He loves it.
And I'm always there going, it's the end of my training. And he's like, oh, damn, no, I'm just training for like a 50-miler next week. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
So it must be good, that, isn't it, to have a friend that
does
a little
half marathon.
It's good to have positive influences around me. But I actually did do a marathon, I think, back in 2012, but I'm sure I'd get a lot better time if I was to do it now.
Amazing, mate.
Well, you look at your life now, and as you said, it's all very positive, and there's a few reasons for that. One is that your love life's very fulfilled at the moment. You've got a new girlfriend.
Yes, I've got a new girlfriend.
You are punching.
She looks like a young Sophia Loren or a Monica Bellucci.
She's beautiful. So she lives in Italy?
She does. She lives in northern Italy. Yeah, she's very, very special. She's a great woman.
Oh.
She's a great woman. God knows how I done it.
She's gorgeous.
I think she thought I was an English Michael Bublé when I met her. That's what I tried to tell her anyway.
Well,
she's watching this. You know, you are basically our very own Michael Bublé. I mean, you've had a great singing career.
I have.
But you are singing now.
Yes,
and Bublé is your kind of inspiration.
I'm a full-time wedding singer, so I'm finally doing what I've always wanted to do. I actually wanted to perform with the band today, but apparently Anne-Marie's nicked my spot.
She did nick your spot. Next time.
That multi-award-winning Anne-Marie just got in before. Sorry.
So hopefully, you know, maybe at some point throughout the summer I'll come on with the band and we'll perform.
We'd love that. We'd love that. You UK's Michael Bublé. You've sung here before.
I have sung here before. I've sung here it was a few years ago. It was actually Valentine's Day.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So what kind of stuff do you like to sing?
I sing a bit of Motown, a bit of rock and roll, sing the classics. I mean, look at me there.
I know.
That's what I mean. Looking at videos like that, I don't recognise myself.
There's some exciting news coming up for 2023. You said that sort of reality shows, sometimes you think they're not so good for you.
Yeah, I mean, some, you know, there's I mean, well, if I'm being honest, I've signed up for a couple that are coming out after the summer. But I'm a bit more... I'm in a position now where I'm...
Not good for you. Great for you.
No, but I'm in a position now where I can be a bit more picky and choosy. Like, if there's reality shows that involve drama or things like that, then I'm not interested.
No,
if it's stuff that's positive and fun and, like, you know...
So what are you doing?
Experiential.
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to...
Oh, I thought you were allowed to say.
No, I'm not
too sure. A bit of exclusive for you, ... I won't say it, don't worry. But don't say it if you don't want to. Watch this space.
Yeah, there's some cool ones coming up.
OK, fine.
But I've actually just, believe it or not, I've done pantomime quite a few times over the years, and usually I play like silly roles like Sergeant Argent or Dandini or something, you know, the silly whatever. But I've actually, I can't believe I'm saying this, I've actually been cast as Peter Pan.
Brilliant.
You can get the
Can you
tights
believe
on.
it?
You'll have to cut the
2 years ago, I couldn't tie my own
But you know
shoelaces.
what?
Now I'm going to be flying
Right,
in the
you've got
air.
to be fit to be doing panto every day. So it's a good testament to you, my friend.
Good
It's
time.
so lovely to see you.
No,
yeah,
it's good.
doing so well. And we'll
Thanks.
see you when you come in to sing.
Always a
Thank
pleasure.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ange.
Thank you.
Right. And it really is compelling. Katie joins us now. It's lovely to see you.
Hey,
Welcome.
Katie. Hello.
So the inspiration for this was really born out of the volunteering work that you do over here in UK prisons.
Yeah, that's right. So I've been volunteering sort of off camera for the last couple of years in women's prisons. It sort of started around, they contacted me first and they'd been doing projects about women that had inspired them. And they said, we've done this project about you. We've named this part of the prison about after you. So would you come in? And I have to be honest, rather reluctantly, I thought, I don't know if it's something I'd actually volunteer to do. And I think my apprehension and judgment was wrong. I went in, I related to a lot of the women, I formed sort of relationships with them and just carried on and going in doing workshops and groups and talks, stuff around International Women's Day. And then got this real interest in, you know, motherhood behind bars. Went out to the States where obviously it's different laws, different types of crime, and it really kind of opened the door on this unseen world and finding motherhood in a setting that you would never really think about.
How do the two countries, I mean, obviously in America it's kind of state by state, right? But broadly, how do the two countries compare? So if you're a mother with a baby over here, what happens?
Yeah, I mean, there's one law here, you know, and there's mother and baby unit in some female prisons here, and people that are screened and go through sort of rigorous checks and testing can keep their baby up to the age of 2 years old in a sort of prison nursery. In the States, it's almost like individual countries where the law is different, you know, right down in the South in the Bible Belt where I went, then back up to the North in Chicago where I then went, you know, we filmed for 6 months, so we've got real variety. It's just pot luck where you're incarcerated.
Where you end up. I mean, the figures are shocking, actually. 60,000 women, pregnant women, are being locked up each year. In America, this is. Around 1 in 25 women are locked up pregnant. In Illinois, 1 in 20 children have a parent in jail. And although those statistics are shocking, what it seems to be more reflective of is that how many women and children's lives are impacted some way by trauma and abuse or crime.
Exactly that. And I think there might be some people watching this that feel this is controversial and why should they care about someone in prison? They made their choice. And absolutely, there is a percent of the population that that's true for. And you'll see on the programme, by their own admission, they say, this is the right place for me for now. But male versus female crime is very different. And like you said, 60% of the population are there for drug charges. So usually they've been exploited by a pimp or a drug dealer and they're used as a mule, or they have addiction themselves. And like you said, that addiction comes from a trauma that happened to them in childhood. So you don't go to prison and meet loads of Myra Hindleys. Sure, they exist, and I accept that they should be there, but that's a small percent of the population. You meet women like you and I that are mothers, daughters, wives, but life unravelled and things got tough and there was no support system in place, you know.
Well, just overall, like whether it's from a moral or economic argument, it just doesn't make sense to lock people up and throw away the key without rehabilitating them. It just doesn't.
And also it's not working because I would be interviewing someone in a cell and they would say, oh, my mum's down the wing in another cell. My grandma's been here and my daughter's in the county jail and been arrested. So generational cycle of incarceration and addiction.
So what happens to children who have mothers in US prisons?
So it varies. There's 9 state nurseries in the whole of the states, and that means you can keep your child up to the age of 2 with you in the prison. There's some places that just don't have any facilities or support for women or children. You give birth and 24 hours later your child is taken away from you. And, you know, you're literally talking about women having cesareans, being stitched up and being thrown back into a jail cell.
It's like punishment on the child.
Yeah, and that is the common thread throughout this, that always the child is the victim. And we would just meet people that their only future was the same cycle as their mum. And I think statistics show if you're disconnected to your mum in the first 2-3 years, you're statistically more likely to end up in prison yourself.
God, that's so awful, isn't it?
What's the appetite like for reform over there?
Again, it varies, because when I went to the South, I got to visit these amazing alternative facilities. So there were some that were missionaries, Christian-led, so lots of singing and dancing, but also life skills. They had a dentistry place, they had hairdressers, they were educating and teaching women skills. You're still court-ordered and sent there by the judge. I also went to a detox centre, which was similar. You're still serving out a sentence, but your child can live with you up to the age of 13 years old.
I mean, that sounds, like you say, potluck, depending on what state where you're at, the kind of care you get. It is utterly fascinating and brilliant real-life stories. That's Katie Piper's Jailhouse Mums. That's 10 p.m. on W Channel tomorrow. Something else that you're all about to embark on, which seems incredibly exciting, is the Loose Women Tour.
I know.
You're going out and about.
Yeah, first time they've done it. And, you know, I've only been on Loose for 2 years, so I still kind of feel a bit like a newbie compared to some of the veterans. But you just know it's going to be pretty wild, don't you think?
I mean, just the line, come and let loose with us on tour.
We're not on daytime, we're not going to be told off an aria.
That's what I was going to say. It's going to feel quite different because of just the time of day. It's the fact it's the evening. I mean, you will be let loose a little bit more.
Literally. I'm scared / excited.
Yeah.
And I think there'll be a lot...
That's the natural reaction.
Yeah. I think there'll be a lot of interaction with the audience and people are going to be able to ask questions and we'll probably you'll be able to sort of meet people afterwards. And
Tour bus? What's that? Are you bunking down with Janice?
Me and Janet Street Porter will be together, you know, sharing a bunk. Yeah.
Amazing.
It will be really good fun. And not only that, you've also got on ITV, you're back at the weekend, aren't you?
Yes, that's right, yeah. So the Breakfast Show starts again this Sunday. I had a series 1 last year and, you know, a new show, you always think, oh, will anybody watch it? You know, how will it do? And then it was really great, the response, and it's come back again. And it's so different from being in a maximum security jail. You know, when I was filming out there, I don't know, it's a tight budget.
Good to have variety.
Yeah, it's fun and it's nice because you do, you know, fun and joy are also important and it'll be sort of celebrity guests, TikTokers, lots of fun content. So I like that kind of, you know, diversity.
So listen, Katie Piper's Jailhouse Mum starts tomorrow, 10 p.m. on the W Channel, and then Katie Piper's Breakfast Show returns this Sunday at 8:30 on ITV, and the Loose Women Tour will just be coming to a town near you. And
1st of September it begins.
If you just open your window, you will hear them. It's kind of all you need, really. Just it'll be available on a loudspeaker and Parish News. Hear you.
Well done, you. It's really lovely to see you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. And superstar and the husband behind Alison Hammond's ill-fated first marriage, only 6 months or so.
I don't like to talk about it.
It was amicable, though. It was amicable.
And it's lovely to see
Lovely
you,
to
really.
see you.
It's, how are you? You all right?
Thank you very well indeed.
Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited about this because I love the Grand Tour, but I've got to say, I said it to you earlier, it's basically Top Gear.
You are me. You were saying that off camera.
It's Top Gear.
We reinvent ourselves every time. It's fresh, new. We haven't been peddling the same thing.
Look, the Grand...
Do not say that.
The Grand Tour, T, Top, Grand, G,
all right,
Gear,
Sherlock.
And then you got T, Top Gear 2. Top Gear 2. It's the same programme, isn't it?
Like
I love the way you said that like you've cracked the case.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I know.
Richard, please stay for the interview.
Is it? It's true, isn't it?
Not at all.
All right, tell us about the...
childish.
Tell us about the new road trip.
Very mature. What?
Tell us about the new road trip. Like, surely you've been everywhere.
Well, no, it's a good point. You raise a good point. Because we have. And it is becoming really difficult because half the places we've been and half the places you can't go because of, for whatever reason. So we decided, let's do something a bit off the wall. So we wanted to do the road trip that no one's ever thought of doing, which is Gdansk to Lake Bled.
So what? So it's top of Poland down to where?
All the way down Hungary, Slovakia, Slovenia, right down to the coast.
Wow.
And in 3 cars that nobody's ever thought of doing a road trip in.
That's one of my favourite bits, is the car. The cars you choose are so brilliantly silly.
We always choose the wrong cars, though, because if we chose the perfect... If we're doing a desert adventure...
Yeah, it'd be boring.
We cross the Namib Desert in beach buggies because they're not really suitable.
Sure.
But if we'd done it in a Land Cruiser, a Land Rover...
Exactly.
You would have been fine.
And it'd be boring. So we really were let loose to pick 3 cars that nobody has ever thought of doing a road
So what did you choose?
I chose the rather magnificent... You can see it on the picture there. It's the yellow Chevrolet SSI.
I love an American car.
Yes. But wait, it's not. I mean, I love a pickup.
Yeah.
too.
You love a pickup.
I love a pickup.
Yeah.
You like
Any
a man
with a
pickup
pickup
specifically.
If they rock up to my house, I'm all theirs. In a pickup.
The one I've got at home.
Yeah.
Dodge Ram TRX with the Hellcat engine.
Stop turning her on like
800 horsepower.
Has it got 4 seats? Oh, yes!
It's bigger than my house. I can't actually park it. I can't get it into my yard.
Are you serious?
No, this is ridiculous. I look really cool in it. Not good. But the one I've got was Chevrolet decided what the world really needs is a two-seater convertible
I love it.
pickup.
It's
So it's got a metal
wonderful.
folding hardtop, but that occupies quite a lot of the pickup bed, so it's not very good as a pickup.
Yeah.
But it's very heavy, so it's not very good as a two-seater roadster.
Is it fun to drive?
It's brilliant. It's like a cartoon on wheels, and I like cars with
personality.
Look, what's happening with cars is it's polarising out. There's going to be the utility to get us to and from shops and work. And if that's an autonomous thing that turns up at my doorstep, I don't know, I get in it and I go, fine, it gets me where I want to be. But a lot of people who right now wouldn't define themselves as car enthusiasts are going to look at that and think, yeah, I like that, but I kind of liked my old VW Polo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on a
Stop
minute.
driving.
I'm a motoring enthusiast.
Yeah.
So they're going to suddenly find they are. So cars with character and personality like those, there's a bigger place for in the world, I think.
Yeah.
Do you ever get jealous of, like, Jeremy's car
Oh,
or
God,
James?
we would never admit it. Oh, yeah, we would never admit it.
So the first time you see the cars...
Yeah.
So the first time they would see your Chevrolet is when you rock up in it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. We kind of have an idea what the others are getting. And there's nothing worse than bowling along on one of these trips and seeing one of the other two having a nice time in there. I want to be in that, because I never have a radio in my car. It's never working. There's certain things that just happen, and you see them, oh, he's having a nice time in that, and I'm not.
Suppose
Not
now, you know each other's nuances and beats and, you know, what you love about each other and what you hate about each other.
The one's a longer list than the other.
What you can tolerate about each other.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we're very lucky because when we started shooting this Eurocrash, the day one location, there's that moment, cameras go up and someone says action, and it's like we've stepped into a world that's been carrying on since the last time we were in it. Whether we're in a jungle, on a polar ice cap, in a desert, it makes a difference. It's like, oh, that's where we all were.
Yeah.
Because I know if I say something, I know who'll pick it up and run with it. And they know if something happens, which one of us, actually, that's more of a James thing, let him run with that and enjoy it. Because 23 years of doing that.
That's so lovely to get to that
Look at the
point.
picture
Look
of
at
the
you.
three.
You're like little babies.
Oh, no. That is us.
You look so lovely.
Who put that up? That is so mean. Who did that?
I found it.
That is genuinely cruel. We look like our own young sons.
Oh, man. You look like a character in Trainspotting.
Well, I was only 30 odd.
At
I was
what
just
point?
30 then.
At what point did you realise that we were doing Top Gear and you thought, do you know what? This is something special.
It certainly wasn't the intent. We set out, you know, we're three blokes who love cars and have done car shows and car journalism for years. We got the chance. Jeremy was relaunching Top Gear with Andy Willman. I was lucky enough to get through the audition, and James joined us a series later. But we were just trying to make the best car show we could.
Yeah.
That's all we ever set out to do. There was no, well, look at us. Do you think there was science and planning involved?
It's funny, though, isn't it? That happens. Like, you know, the best shows people chuck together sometimes.
We were just lucky.
And it's, you know, like all great shows, it's not necessarily, you don't have to be into cars to love it.
No.
Because if you're just watching it for car
I
reviews,
love
it can be a bit boring.
Hey,
but
look,
actually,
I'm not into baking or pottery, but there are shows on about both of those that are so compelling
when you
because
argue.
the people on it are. And therefore, we've always said you don't have to be a car nerd to watch our show, because we do that bit for you.
Just quickly, you watched Jeremy's farming show?
Yeah.
What do you think? It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's genuine. Our show has always worked together because we love our subject. You don't have to, and we will argue about it. You don't have to know or understand what the argument is. It's just fun watching people argue about their passion.
Yeah.
And Jeremy's farm show is the same. It's a real thing. He loves it.
Yeah.
It's not done for telly.
Thanks, Richard.
Something
Listen,
you like.
best of luck. The Grand Tour Eurocrash is out today on Prime Video.
It's insightful and important.
Go watch it, people. It's going to change
We
the
can't
world
wait.
again.
They look good. Well, if you're amongst the thousands of fans at Wembley, you can watch the highlights from the Capital Sometime Ball on ITV1 and ITVX this Saturday at 7 p.m. Why has that not been done before?
Right, which is fine, but it's just given me major FOMO watching. Wellby and Chris Stark are here to tell us more.
Well,
looking very fresh-faced.
Thank you very much.
It's all a lot of makeup.
It's a lot of makeup.
So you haven't been home in 5 days.
No.
Can we very quickly talk about Roman's shoes?
Yeah.
I mean, it is the elephant in the room here.
Right. Now, there is a reason why I've got basically,
Tell me you've got a poorly foot.
No, I haven't. To be honest, the whole kind of weekend's been a massive blur, and then I forgot my shoes as I've left the house this morning. I got off.
Forgot your shoes, but remembered them.
Yeah. Well, these were at work. But I ran and jumped in the car and then genuinely forgot my shoes. So
Damn, what's the etiquette on socks and sandals?
Not that. Yeah,
I don't know.
I apologise, but
it's not medical.
This is the best I could do.
Somehow you style it out.
Yeah, you do.
No one
Don't give him that.
Honestly, I didn't even think twice when I saw you walk. I thought, oh, this is what the kids are wearing.
Oh, right. I see.
Well done, by the way. I mean, what an epic show it was on Sunday. Was it boiling? I just kept thinking of you all in there.
It was so hot, and I made the mistake of wearing a jacket not too sort of dissimilar to this. Trying to be fashionable like Roman, it's a constant battle. I've got to keep up with this, you know? So I had this jacket on, but my gosh, we were sweaty, weren't we?
We were. It was a lot of sun cream applied over and over, but it made it because it was just such a nice day.
Is it quite a stressful day or quite an exciting day? Like, is it pretty straightforward in terms of what you need to do? I mean, you say straightforward, you're going out in front of hundreds of thousands of people, whatever, in the stadium. But is it kind of... Is the running order such that you can go out and just have fun?
Yeah, I mean, look, this was my 8th ball that I've done now, and I've said it, you know, before. It's just the best gig that I've ever seen a radio station put on. It really is. It's the best, one of the best gigs I've ever been to. It's so slick. It's, you know, it just keeps moving, and it's like being inside the radio for a lot of people. Like, you know, but it is. That's what I'm saying. But every year it attracts those people because it's Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
You know, there's only certain points in your career where you can step out and go, hello, Wembley, to everyone.
Yes, I know.
You know?
It is very special. And so after you've said hello, Wembley, you want to go out and you want to celebrate.
Yes.
And then, John, you've got to get up at 6 a.m. and be back on the radio.
I know, that is the hardest bit, and we were all so... Because you're buzzing, you're on adrenaline, you want to stay out all night.
Yeah.
But we're all getting to that age now, we're being quite sensible of going, now let's go to bed, so we wake up tomorrow, we don't miss the show.
Yeah.
Because we've had close calls before where we've been very close to...
Believe it or not, I'm the only sensible one.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm like, as soon as it's done, I'm home.
I don't think that's so true. I think I'm a good influence. You know, with the Father's Day gifts that you had before, I was getting excited about the bird feeding.
He wants to take your bird
I feel
feeding
like
home.
this is rubbing off on Roman a bit.
Your little one was there, was it? Is she 7?
Oh, my gosh. She's 8, and it was her first ever concert, and probably one of the proudest moments of my life, being able to be there at Wembley Stadium, which is Rose saying is a boyhood dream.
Yeah.
You know, and to be able to shout out my little girl that was there.
Oh, my God.
It's something I'll never be able to forget.
She was, her face was just so lovely. But so many kids were there and, like, with their families. Yeah. And we say, you know, we do the radio show in a box and we forget anyone's listening. And then see 80,000 people that sort of know you and they, you know, they feel like your friends.
That's lovely.
It went well. It's going to be shown on television for the first time. Everyone's excited. Kylie turned up, surprised everyone. I believe there's some restraining order that's come out.
Oh, no. How has it got to you guys that I was like this?
Did you disgrace yourself in front of Kylie? I mean, no one would blame you for doing this, but give us the background.
I was, like, overly keen. You know, like a start...
Kylie. I'd have been the same.
I got, like, overexcited. I was trying to be professional and interviewer, and then these lot caught me, like, the second the interview was over, getting selfies, telling her my life story, touching her outfit, and then they were like, Sian, come on.
It got into a photo shoot, and then Sian's touching the outfit, trying to read through her hair, and it was getting embarrassing, so I had to move her along.
You had to intervene.
Yeah.
The other special guest there on the night was your mum.
Oh, man, my mum was there. That's it. I think it's been about 30 years since she's been back to Wembley, but I had to take her because she's performed at, you know, Live Aid, and she performed at Wham, the final at Wembley, so it was a really special moment. She'd never really seen me do, you know, hosting, like, big things like that.
Yeah.
So it was really special, and I took her backstage and showed her around, and she was, everything around the corner for my mum was like, nothing really phases her. She's very much like, yes, we had that in the 80s.
Yeah.
Had that in the 80s.
She must be very proud of you.
Yeah.
And Chris, how's it been? Because obviously you and Scott Mills were such a huge team for so long.
Yeah.
It feels like this is seamless, though. You know, when I listen, it feels like you've been there forever. And
Cheers, mate.
You three have kind of slotted in really well together.
Well, I love these guys. I've known Roman for many years, and it's all just felt really natural how it's all come about. And yeah, it's really different. And don't get me wrong, I love Scott to bits. He's still my best friend. But these guys have really welcomed me in, and I think we're doing something really special in the mornings now on Capital, and I'm just super proud to be part of it. And I love what we do.
It's
very early start.
Like, I remember listening when Chris Tarrant was doing it back in the day when I was a kid. And you know, it's just an exciting place to work. It's one of the biggest radio stations.
I grew up listening to that show. And to be on it now and doing what we get to do it's wicked.
Well, it's lovely having you all in here, but we're very used to seeing Sian here in our studio because you are our showbiz correspondent.
Of course.
What I loved was the day before the morning of your first day, when you put her through her paces because you were saying on the show it's live, sometimes the timings can get slashed. And so you were saying, right, you've got to deliver all the information in a very short space of time. Should we have a quick listen?
Just to get you ready for this, we are going to be doing the segment of Showbiz on This Morning, but really fast.
Well, obviously, after the BAFTAs, everyone's loving a bit of Richard E. Grant. He's so wholesome and everyone's saying protect him at all costs. Austin Butler still speaks a little bit like Elvis. Princess Kate wore Zara earrings at the BAFTAs. All 5 Spice Girls are set to reunite at King Charles's coronation. Alicia Dixon's hosting Eurovision.
And that's all we've got time for. Thanks so much, Sian, for coming on to the show today. Sian, she might not be back next week. She wasn't quick enough.
It's eerily similar to how it actually is.
You were very, very good at that. So, of course, we're going to put you to the test once again.
Yes.
You've got the
Go on,
latest
Sian.
showbiz clip in your hands. You've got 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
OK, so Zendaya had a bit of an awkward experience. She was denied entry to a restaurant because of her outfit. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck had a little kiss during the Flash premiere. Jessie J's newborn's been called Ben Shelley. Jodie Comer won a Tony Award on Saturday night. Taylor Swift wiping tears from her eyes on stage in Detroit. Kim Kardashian has wowed her American Horror Story.
You've lost the job. You've lost the job. You lost the job. Didn't finish it. No.
You are brutal.
So mean.
Oh, don't take her from me. I know you want her on this sofa, but you can't have her.
She'll be ours.
Thank you,
Well done, all of you. So when is it on? When is it on? When
Catch all the best bits from Capital Summertime Ball on ITV1 and ITVX on 7 p.m. on Saturday.
That's the one. Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right. Oh, Adam Jones is there, and welcome. It is lovely to have you there.
Oh, good to be back.
You look at that, and you look at everything you've done and everything you've achieved and the places you've performed.
And all the hairstyles.
And all the hairstyles, but the success, really. And does that ever... Do you ever sit back and go, yeah, tonight I'm performing at the Royal Albert Hall, I've done this, I've nailed it, look what I've achieved.
I do think you get somewhat used to the surrealism of it all, but I never stop feeling fortunate, feeling lucky that I get to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for tonight's show.
Oh,
yeah.
What can fans expect?
A lot of glitter, a lot of joy. I want people to dance. I want people to feel.
Yeah.
It's all about the audience. That's my thing. Everything I do is like for the crowd.
Every time I see you, your outfit is unreal. I remember when I came behind the scenes of Starstruck, and you had this outfit on, and I was... do you get a lot of your outfits specially made? Or?
Some of them, every once in a while, yeah, for like something like, a big show, a big Saturday night telly moment, yeah. But, I just shop like everybody else.
This shirt is unbelievable.
Yeah, but
and online shopping, really lets you get, you get exactly what you want.
So dangerous.
You just got it going on.
But back when this all started with American Idol, is it true that you only auditioned initially just so that you could say you auditioned on it? You didn't really think of, the end game?
I was like, if I don't do it, I'll regret it. I'll, have, some remorse that I should have tried. And I did not have the slightest idea that it would go as well as it did. And every week that I stayed in, I thought to myself, what?
Yeah.
Really? And then, as we got to the end, I started kind of going, oh, maybe I have a shot at this. Maybe.
And that was 15 years ago now?
Yeah, just about. It's crazy.
15 years. And it's only June, and you've had one of the busiest years ever. Can you tell us what you've been up to?
You name it. Obviously, I was on Starstruck here on ITV, and then I've been working, and I put an album out called High Drama, and I've been sharing it with the world and traveling around talking about it. I just put out a single this last week. You Make Me Feel Mighty Real with Sagala, which is super exciting. A big dance floor.
Let's pause you right there because we've actually keep playing it in the ad break, so we're all getting up. But let's just have a listen. Well, I bet that got you up off your sofa. Josie's definitely having a go.
Oh, it's one of those bangers you can't help but get up and dance.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it in a club. I haven't heard it in a club yet. I've heard it in a car. It feels really good. On the radio, yes. And then it's also good for the jog,
Yeah.
It's good on the headphones.
Well, it's got an important role to do because it's the official single of Pride in London 2023. So you are also going to be there on the day. You've got the big procession that's going through London. Everything culminates at Trafalgar Square, and you're going to be performing.
Yeah, I have a full concert, a full hour out there. I'm so excited. For me,
being a gay man in, you know, media has been a really interesting journey.
Yeah.
One that I'm really grateful for. And I think that over the past decade or so, you've seen like a big shift in, you know, acceptance and visibility and all these things. You know, people understand it more now. They're less scared of it. You know, and I think it's nice to be a part of the force that helps people open their minds, you know?
Can I ask you something then? Because as somebody, I mean, you were just saying then, you know, you go off to France, you're off to here, you travel all around. Does it change depending on where you go?
Yeah, I mean, there's different attitudes in different countries for sure. And I think right now, even in the US, you're seeing a strange sort of pushback right now. And it's probably in response to the fact that we're shining so brightly and so beautifully, you know, that the community has come really far and we've made a lot of strides and our equality is starting to, you know, come around. But, you know, there's always going to be people that are a little scared of what they don't understand or, you know, reject something that they are confused about, you know?
So you are a massive role model in the community. So what does Pride actually mean to you?
I think it's all about the visibility that I'm talking about. I think, you know, knowing that you're not alone is really important. And I think Pride reminds people of that there is a community, there is a big family. And some people are not fortunate enough to have their real families accept them for who they are. And so the thing that's so beautiful about Pride is it gives you the sense of like an adopted family. And I think that that's something that we all, you know, really enjoy about this time of year is that community.
Yeah. And speaking of adoption, we have adopted you in the UK.
I feel it. I love coming over here. Yeah, I love it. It's you know, I've always been like a nut for like British TV and music. Like the culture that comes out of this country is amazing.
Well, we know you've announced Queen, the US tour. I mean, last time you were here, you sold out 10 shows at the O2. Not many people get to do that. Do you know anything? Will you be coming back to the UK at any point with Queen?
There's nothing on the books yet, but, you know, we just seem to keep going. So I'm sure it'll happen again soon.
Well, do hurry up, please, and come back.
we'll work on it,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the single that we played you, which is an absolute banger, is available to download now. Joy, Pride as well.
Thank you
Have
so
the
much.
most marvellous time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you, Adam.
Oh, I love you both too. Thank you. I love you all.